we might not be able to run with the speed of light. And so just like what obtains in other palaces, once you start, others will come and join us. And I know today is going to be more like an expository tool as a countdown to yesterday, which from the feelers, it was quite exciting. What else would I have expected? Today is a Saturday, and a few people take their time to attend to their domestics, and of course, a few engagements here and there, you know. But if we were to share money now, I know this place will be jam-packed. But all to say we'll run because knowledge is power, and we're actually here to gain knowledge. And so I'd like to appreciate our speakers so far, Professor Magno Lanidu. I'd like to thank you so much, Professor of Phytoscience, University of Benin. Thank you for all you do. Governor Kafo, about medicine practitioner. I'd like to also thank you so much, sir, for all that you've been doing. I was not also free to appreciate Dr. Alfio John, consultant family physician, lifestyle medicine expert. She's the head of family medicine department, University of Port Harcourt, teaching hospital in Port Harcourt. Thank you so much, man, for all that you do. And so moving quickly, we'll start with the word of prayers. And we'll just hit the ground, run. But we'll thank a very senior clergyman who has always been with us back to back, Reverend Agaduna Batuta. I greet you, sir. Thank you so much for coming. I must also appreciate the General Manager, Oki, another big brother. Thank you so much, sir, for coming. So can we rise to opening prayers as I invite quickly Victor Anoje to pray for us. Victor.
We thank God for being here. We thank God for the knowledge we're going to get. We thank God that brought us here and is going to help us go home. We thank God for people that are giving us this knowledge that we continue to learn, to be of benefit to womankind. We pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Victor, for bringing us up to speed as per the prayer session. I quickly will be inviting speaker for today. Other speakers would also join the process with us, but because she has a very, very busy quotidians that she needs to attend to, we need to allow her to speak first. So I'd like to make welcome to the microphone Dr. Alfio John, consultant family physician, lifestyle medicine expert, head of family medicine department, University of Port Harcourt.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody. Once again. How was our night yesterday? Great. I hope you slept well. Well, I'm not having the attention in the house. I hope we slept well. Okay, just stand up and show me you love Jesus. People that love Jesus, stand up, show me you love Jesus. Tell me you love Jesus. Tell me you love Jesus. Tell me you love Jesus. Okay, thank you. So please sit down. We're going to be having this brief conversation together today, and I'm hoping that we go back with something today. I'm here to discuss optimizing wellness and unlocking your body's resilience using lifestyle medicine. Now, those words were chosen carefully because the intention is that in every one of us, God created a force that is to make you alive. So your body always tries to keep you alive, despite anything that is happening, that's what your body intends to do. But you need to be able to give that body what it needs to keep you alive. So sometimes, in our attempt to keep you alive, the body has to cause problem for you to be alive. So let's look at it from that. So we're going to say, we want to optimize wellness and unlock that resilience using lifestyle medicine. So we'll just look at it from this outline, then I will say, where would I talk to you? Because like you said, I'm a consultant clinical physician and I've practiced medicine and I've helped several patients. And I've authored this book, Edible Pharmacy, which is a book for nutritionists in cancer. That's very important. But that's about me. Let's go. Now, we are accountable for our health. As Christians, we need to understand that you have a responsibility to keep yourself healthy. And it is not negotiable. We are stewards of God's temple. So we are not saying be healthy for your sake. It is because you have to give account of how you spend and use the temple of God. And our health has a ripple effect. It does not only affect you. Just like I tell patients, if you don't want to be alive, you want to go to heaven. What of the children you brought forth to the world? Let the last one finish before you go. So at least you know you have done, because your health affects people around you. We all know that when we lose a loved one, it's not just the person, oh, he has gone to heaven. What of the sorrow of those that are left behind? So for that reason, we need to be accountable for our health. Now, the few concepts I want to talk about, the human lifespan. Now we know when a child is born, a child grows to old age. And the Bible said in the book of Genesis, pardon me, I'm a Christian, and it says that my spirit will not dwell with man, my spirit will not be with man forever, that I'll be with man for 120 years. Remember that in Genesis. And I see Christians quoting Psalm 90 about 70 years. And I said, no, that was not God's original intended plan. And what science is finding out is that the human cell exists for 120 years. And after that, it cannot survive. And that only for me, when I read the science, I just say, wow, God has said this like thousands of years ago, that he was going to stay with man for 120 years. So it is not 70 years. Please, let's read our Bible correctly. It's not 70 years. Because if you read that whole psalm from the beginning to the end, you will see that it was after we had done a lot of things that were not correct. They will say, oh, if you stay up to 70, that's the years. Then if you stay 80, you have tried. No, the scripture is very clear, and science has confirmed that men should stay 120 years. And the longest living man, documented, or unfortunately we have to be our own side that have lived that long, but they have not been documented. So the documented one is Japan of France and Japan, and they lived just about around 120 years. And so when I see people write 130 something, I'm like, this is not possible because the human cell cannot survive beyond 120 years. And that is documented. Science has found that it's not possible. And for me, that only confirms the scripture. So your age, you should be heading towards 120 years. But we have another concept called health span. Now, because of the advent of medicine, lifespan has increased, I will tell you that. But the health span is where we have a problem. And health span is that span, that time that you are healthy, and you are able to be autonomous, and you are able to be performing your routine activities without too much of assistance. And that's what we're talking about health span. And that's what we are desiring in lifestyle medicine. It's not just about how long, I mean, some people live 10 years after a stroke, 20 years after a stroke, and you are a burden to others. Is that the kind of life you want to live? No. You want to be healthy. If you're living 120, you want to be able to. I was telling about a man I met, 100 years old, he walks on Eden. He doesn't need his stick to walk. He gets up and commands authority. At 100, that's life. But not at 100, oh, he's 97, he died at 97, but he's sitting on a wheelchair, he can't move again, he's wearing pampers. We're not castigating, but we're saying that you need to build your life such that if you're living healthy, your health span is increased. Now, why did I say optimizing wellness? That's because wellness is an active pursuit. It does not come to you sleeping on your bed. No. You must be intentional about living well. and it's an active pursuit in all dimensions. So if someone is healthy physically and is not healthy spiritually, then I'm sure the person knows that it's not well. So we are talking about a holistic state of health, and that's how we want to look at man as a human being. Now this is very important because there's a continuum, there's a paradigm. Unfortunately, in the past, in the medical paradigm, at the point of that neutral is where medicine actually stops. We always want to get people to the neutral point where, oh, you go to the doctor, people do their annual medical checks and say, I'm not sick, nothing is wrong with me. That's at the point of the neutral, there is no sickness. But wellness is when you're moving towards the optimal state of well-being. So, in the reactive space we do in the healthcare system, we treat to cure illnesses. Oh, I had a problem, doctor treats and cures. It's episodic. When I'm sick, I go to the hospital, and then it's compartmentalized. So I have ear problem, I go to the ear doctor. I have head problem, I go to the neurologist. I have the nephrologist, and all of that. But in wellness, you're proactive. You're doing beyond. You're not doing it just because you don't want to be sick. You're doing it because you want to try. That's the difference. And so we talk about the concept of resilience. Resilience is the fact that you are able to return to the previous so-called normal condition after a tragedy, after an illness, after an insult. Because you cannot run away from insults. When I mean insult to health. You're going to have genetic things that are going to give you problems, environment, social, so many things are going to give, but that ability to have that challenge and go back to a normal state of health is what we're talking about resilience. And that's what we want to talk about today. Now the body has is what is called the health defense system. The human body has health defense system in which it attempts to defend health. And a certain of them we want to look at today. Angiogenesis is the blood vessels. The body either forms blood vessels or reduces blood vessels. So blood vessel formation is very important. In fact, in the case of cancers, what we now know is that every human being produces cancer cells. Every human being. All of us here. But when it's produced, the body finds a way during autophagy to pick up those cells and destroy them. That's what the body is attempting to do. Now, if the cells grow, that's why we say cancer can stay for 20 years before it came. All of us here are producing cancer cells. But the question is, why does this person have cancer and this one does not have cancer? It's the immune system, it's the DNA repair, it's this body's defense system. So when cancer cell is able, now remember, in the early stage, it does not have blood supply. So when it's able to attract blood supply to itself, wow, what cancer does, it destroys the body's defenses and begins to go fast. So we need to strengthen this defense system. Talk about angiogenesis. Okay, so what is lifestyle medicine? Lifestyle medicine is the use of evidence-based lifestyle therapeutic approaches, including nutrition, regular physical activity, sleep, stress management, avoidance of risky substance, and body social connection as primary modality. And these are going to ACLM, American College, that is delivered by clinicians trained and certified in this specialty to prevent, to treat, and often reverse chronic diseases. This is important because, like one of our speakers I was talking yesterday, lifestyle has been there for a very long time. Yes, we agree. But as a specialty, as a medical specialty, it was 2017 or 2016 that the first set of certified physicians met. But it's been there, there's been history of studies and all of that. But it has evolved into a specialty now in medical practice. So these are the pillars that lifestyle medicine uses. So it's nutrition. But what we are knowing is that these pillars have terms are better than even the medications. So nutrition, exercise, sleep, avoid managing stress rather, avoiding harmful substances, and social connectedness. Very important. So what is food? We know that food provides us with energy. But what we also know now is that food is medicine and food is information. Food literally changes your biology. How does it do it? Through the concept of what we call epigenetics. And I'm going to break it down. You know the bees. bees, right? And in every bee colony you have one queen bee. You know the queen bee? I'm sure we've heard about it. So what happens is this: when the bees are born, all of them are being fed. You know they have the same DNA. All the bees, they're supposed to be the same. But what is happening is that the queen bee is fed with royal jelly. They made a difference in the food of the bee. The royal jelly changes the queen bee to become productive. While the other bees, now, so by the time you see them in maturity, they are so different. Because the queen bee was fed a different food. And that food does not change your DNA, but it changes how it is expressed. While the other ones still have the same DNA, but are expressing it differently. And that's what epigenetics does. Epigenetics changes the way your gene is expressed. So you can have two people with the same gene, exactly the same gene, but because of lifestyle changes, there are changes on how those genes are expressed. I don't want to go into all of that. But what it means is that you can also pass on the transformed gene to your offspring. So if you do it on time, you can actually pass on a different genetic gene to your offspring that is coming. That's the concept of epigenetics. And that is where all the food, the lifestyle, and all of that works. It works by epigenetics. Now we'll talk about angiogenesis. And the body always tries to maintain balance. Always. In everything it does. Whenever there is a lack, it brings disease. Whenever there is too much, it brings disease. So in angiogenesis, the body circulates. It has pumps blood to all of the body. When you have too much, you have rheumatoid arthritis, blindness, AIDS, psoriasis. If you have too little, we have too much, and too little, you have ulcers, strokes, and infertility, all of that. So how the body forms blood, and we have certain foods that are known for, helping balance angiogenesis, like soy-based food, tomatoes, your allium group, like the garlic, the onions, and mangoes, plums, and apples, and all of that helps to balance the blood vessel formation. So DNA repair, every day your DNA is assaulted by the sunlight, is assaulted by the things around you, but the body tries to repair. So things like your guava, your pawpaw, your watermelon, carrots, they help to repair your DNA. Then the immune system, we also have some foods that are responsible for that. And that's how those things work by epigenetics. So of course we have stem cell regeneration, foods that help with that. And then the gut microbiome. Now we know is that all disease begins in the gut, in the intestine. All disease begins in the intestine. And the intestine is now seen as a second brain. So whenever you're able to feed, that's why you have, cleanse your colon, take this food, it helps to moderate and to change the microbiome, the things that happen in the gut. And that's where your fermented foods come in. Fermentation of food helps to balance the good bacteria in the gut. And cocoa does a good job. The beans, all mushrooms are powerful in doing that. So, what do we say about food? Maximize good fats and complex carbohydrates. Avoid processed food. We talked yesterday, the more you process the food, the more you lose the fiber content, and the more it affects your gut microbiome. Eat rainbow every day. What we tell people is try to make sure that you change the color. So when people say, apple is so good, superfood, apple, superfood, whatever food, and they keep eating that one. No. Humans were meant to eat diversity. So we say in simple terms, add different colors to your meal. So you're eating red today, you're eating blue tomorrow, you're eating green, just make sure that you add the different colors to your meal. And eat ancestral diets. What studies have found is that we have peculiar diets that are from certain regions. So let's not deviate too much from our ancestral diets. Let's go back to what our grandparents used to eat. It will help you when you do that. And also when foods are in season, they are meant to nourish and to help you. Every one of us is different. There is no single diet that works for everybody. So you hear people talking about, oh, paleo diet, oh, keto diet, oh, this one diet, oh, that one diet. Everybody is what? Different. In fact, the studies announce personalized medicine is realizing that, in fact, the big test to now know what food, you just want to eat keto, you just want to eat this, because some person that ate egg and it's eating 120, and you eat egg, you're going to die soon because your blood sugar is going to go up. You know, so please, everybody different. Choose foods you enjoy. Let's not take enjoyment out of food. So, because food is not only for health, food is for enjoyment. Are we correct? So, if I don't like that super food, I've tried to eat it and it's not working, I leave it. There are other options. So that you don't be eating it for a sec. You have to eat this because of health. No, you must train your mind, but then again, choose foods you enjoy within the spectrum of healthy food. And like you said, always go for diversity. Important that you plan your meals ahead. Because most times, because we don't plan their meals, they tend to rush and pick the next available meal. I mean, you could have, you might say, I don't want to eat pastry, but because there's not that thing for you to eat, you tend to like, give me that meal, let me eat. But if you have planned and you carry, an apple or something, you're less likely to make that. And then keep a regular pattern. Consistent eating times is important, and pack meals for work, and also make sure you have the stock. What is in your fridge, in your pantry, is what you're likely going to eat. So if you're hungry and you go to the fridge and you see Coke, temperature will be very high, isn't it? But if you know that there's no way in the house that can get Coke, there's apple, there's garden egg, there's cocoa bar, you are more likely to take what you've taught. So please stop correctly. Exercise. If there was one prescription that we need to do to prevent disease, is exercise, and it's free. It just takes a lot of discipline, and it doesn't have to be so. I don't even want to go to it because exercise. Now we're even finding that exercise does not only work by strengthening muscles; it works by hormonal principles. It releases some metabolism, even works at your hormones, and begin to regulate your mood. Very important. Controls diabetes, is good for your heart health, for weight management. So, you say every day you have to try to walk, play with children, walk, whatever you need to do. 5 times a week you need to run. There's a difference between structured exercise and physical activity. What we find that people do structured exercise and they are not physically active. What that does is that what we have found is that being sedentary, even when you are doing structured exercise, is still like you have a risk of disease, like somebody that's not doing exercise at all. So you get up in the morning, you go for your gym, maybe 1 hour, maybe 30 minutes, and you come back and you sit throughout the entire day. What science is finding that you are as good as that person who didn't even go to exercise. So you have an independent risk factor for cardiovascular events. So what we are saying is, like yesterday we told, when you sit, stand up, walk around, get up, pick that thing, just be physically active in addition to your structured exercise that you do. You must not do 30 minutes at once. You can do 10 minutes. You can do 5 minutes. Depending on your time. So you don't really just do 5 minutes exercise. Come back in 5 minutes. I mean, you don't need to do 30 minutes. And some people say don't do it in the evenings. That was the teaching before. But what we found that is individualized. Some people do exercise and sleep well. Some you do it and it messes up your sleep. So you need to know yourself. Some people it's good for them to do it in the evening. And everyday task counts. There is no single best time of exercise. Let's be very careful. So if it is the best one, no. All of them together work together for you. Be consistent. Find a partner. If you can find someone that checks up on you, you will find that it works easier than, doing exercise is not quite easy because the way the world is now, we are not programmed to exercise. But if you find a partner that always checks, if you don't need today, there's WhatsApp groups, you tend to just let me do what she asked me for, whether I've done it or not. So celebrate the effort, not just result. People are so focused on result. Oh, I'm weighing 120, so I'm still weighing 120. Don't worry. You made the effort, the body recognizes it, the body is changing. You may not get the weight loss from the exercise at that time. In fact, exercise helps to maintain weight. You don't really lose weight with exercise. So please celebrate your effort and not just the outcome. outcomes. Sleep is very important. It's one way to health. I usually will call sleep the forgotten Cinderella in the health equation. Why? Because so many people talk about exercise and food. I'm sure you can all over the place, but they forget the Cinderella. And yet, without the Cinderella, you're messing up yourself. Because sleep is one time that your body repairs. So sleep is very important. We need to go to bed on time. It's important. And be consistent. Avoid heavy meals before bed. We talked about that yesterday. Avoid caffeine, alcohol, and smoking. And avoid screen time. Screen, I don't know how to shout it enough. Screen before bedtime. What happens is this: when you are on the screen, whatever the screen, it emits blue light and it hits your retina. It just messes up your hormones. It literally messes up your hormones. So it's important that you avoid screens. We say keep your TVs out of the bedroom. There is no need for a television in the bedroom. There shouldn't be. And if you can, why I think if you can, for some of us it's difficult because you're expected to be called up at night, emergency. But please, if you're not expecting emergency, please switch off your phones. Keep it away from you. You should not be time when you're off your phone. It's very important. And create a sleep-friendly environment. Your bedroom is a sanctuary. Please make it a sanctuary. Make it tidy. Because the body recognizes cues. When you come into a cluttered space, the body recognizes clutter. And it just messes up everything. When you come into a very organized space, the human body recognizes it. Because it takes cues from the environment. So please create a sleep-friendly environment. And please meditate or pray. It helps. Beyond, now I'm not going to just try to be spiritual, but all of that helps you and help. Because God created man to be like him. I'm sure we know that. And so he created a part of him in man, and that part has to draw to man. In fact, now there is a degree of, they call it spirituality in medicine, because we are realizing that spirituality is very important. Even though yes, in medical science we don't say spirituality to God or Jesus, but help the same, we recognize that the human body cannot exist without the spirit in man. And that's very important. So, clear rest boundaries, no work in bed culture. When you come back, when you want to enter your room, please no more work. Leave out, not on the work, and that's what I want to balance account. That's what I want to, let me just balance account before I sleep. Balance account in your parlor. When it's time to sleep, go to the bedroom and sleep. It's not time to go and balance account. It's not time to go and answer this last email. Please minimize interruptions and rest. The 21st century killer, rest, stress. This, what I call it, I don't know what I'll call it now, is where the bulk of the problem is. Now we find out that over 70% of doctors' visits is contributed by this stress. And the unfortunate thing is that most people won't even recognize the symptoms of stress, and what they do is they medicate stress. So they give you, take this drug, do this test, and you do all the tests. This man is still there. We must learn to handle him. And the good thing about him is that it's actually not a bad thing, right? It's supposed to challenge you. Stress is supposed to help you. But now the human body was built in a fantastic way. When in the olden days, most of the human fears and stress were things maybe like the tiger was chasing man had to run, so we have the sympathetic and the parasympathetic. Once the human body senses fear, it shifts to the sympathetic mode, which is fear, flight, or freeze, is to protect you. Then it looks like there's no time to send body to the blood, to the intestine. Why are you digesting when we're in danger? Why are you resting? Why are you growing? No, we can't grow, we want to fly. So that's how the body operates. At that time, all the body is concentrating on doing is to make sure that I escape from danger. Unfortunately, in our world today, our own danger is subtle, is chronic, is always there. Normally, after that period of fear, like if you see something, you run, you jump. God, that was so great. You kind of relax, right? But today, it's not like that. the problem is in the house, maybe it's a bad husband, maybe it's children, maybe it's workplace, is always there and is subtle. So the body is now in a permanent sympathetic mood. It does not have time to digest. It's always there. The blood has been circulated to places of flying. And yet you're not flying anywhere. That's unfortunate. So you see that you now live in that state of sympathetic overdrive. And it's important that you shift to the parasympathetic. How are you going to do that? It's very important. It's notice it early. And one thing that you like to tell is that, please, stress is perception. The body does not even recognize real and perceived. You know, if you are afraid that something's going to happen to you, the human body responds the same way as though the thing has actually happened. So, it's important that you recognize that it's your mind. You have so much power changing your mindset. I know when I read the scripture, I find that God does not explain to us the instructions He gave us for our good. He said, be anxious for nothing. He didn't explain to us why. If He had told us, maybe one of us would have listened to Him. He didn't tell us why. That look, anxiety and all of that will bring you cardiovascular events. Maybe we would have been more careful. He just said, be anxious for nothing. Be still and know that I'm the Lord. And you obey me, your body works for you. You refuse to obey me, you get the results. So perception is very important. And protect your time and have boundaries. We found that finding time to nature is important, listening to music, talking with friends, really. Just tell yourself, see, the things that happen to you and your body begins to, just tell yourself, somebody said it will come to pass. This too will pass. Life will always happen. So your attitude to life is very important. It's very key. Because some people live in a very pessimistic environment. They don't think about things are going to happen wrong. What is going to happen? My husband is going to die. My child is going to... And so. So please, let's change our perception, because your body is recognizing and your body is actually acting to you as if those things have already happened. Social connectedness. This is our strength in Africa. We are naturally socially connected, and we like before now. But unfortunately, we are beginning to imbibe the Western culture, man alone, and it's not helping us. We need to have friends. We need to have dinners. We need to have events. Go for it. Interact. You see, when just connect with other people socially. The social media has helped us, but it's making us stay in a world that we're alone. Somebody stays and doesn't have friends but has social media followers. There's no relationship. You need that person you can talk to if you have a problem. Let's go back and heal marriages. Let's go back and talk to our sisters and siblings. Why are we fighting? What's all this? Because our health is suffering for it. Have family dinners, come together just for nothing, just celebrate, laugh, and when you are doing the weddings, no one, but not to show, but it's just to come together, laugh, hug. You are helping yourself. In fact, there's a concept they call micro moment of love. You realize you go to the bank and you stop, good morning, and you just smile. What does the person do to you? Smiles back. And I find that those little connection is elongating your life. Or some people walk as if the whole world is not an easy road. I'm traveling to heaven. It's not an easy road. Who told you? Come on. Life is meant to be enjoyed when you have God by your side. Avoid harmful substances. Please avoid. Today, our youth and children, the devil is wicked. The children are taking a lot of harmful substances to destroy their lives. Don't forget your routine health checks. Check your blood pressure, know your numbers, track your screening, do the family culture checks. Start today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't do all at once. Choose one habit to improve. Be intentional about your health, and progress beats perfection. You have the power to choose. We have the power to change. Start now, and your future self will thank you for it.
Thank you very much. Is that all you can do? Thank you. She has spoken so well. And this is what people pay to listen. But she has just come to just give it to us just seamlessly. I hope we celebrate our performance. So we're going to take a few questions. I know, madam, you have a question to ask. You're looking at the sun. I know, you work in an industry where... Okay, we'll start with our reverend.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. There are so many questions to ask about this. But let me start with this. As I step into this seminar, which children are having, this is one time in Saturday, I shared something with Dr. Book of Joshua will have some prophets today on living weapons and heads. The lecture we had yesterday from Prof on living well, on heads and others. And look at the one we just had about 30 minutes now. And well, let me start. The scripture says, faith coming by hearing, and hearing the word of God. And he started saying, within the scripture, which the New Bible, New Testament says, 70 AD for a strong. Then as the pastor started preaching this, he said, life in the first chapter. Chapter 1 from 0 to 20, chapter 2, 20 to 40, chapter 3, 40 to 60, chapter 4, 60 to 80, and then about 120. My father lived for 125 years. And what was the first one is living eating natural food. He lived on plantain. So, with the family doctor will have to do, what will happen? This is something everyone is supposed to do. The advertisement on this place, one is on that place, one is here, and even the video and everything. So it pained me that I've just seen a woman from come, step up to the Lord. So this is something that millions are paid in order to do. And here we are. And we just don't know about this now. My father lived for 125 years. His eye hair became so white after half year. And he became blind. Through the process of revelation, I don't want to mention that. At what age did you start blindness? And what are the causes and the remedies? And the remedies.
Thank you very much for that question. He's asking, his father became blind towards the end of his life. And the question is, at what age will you get blind and what are the common causes? The truth is, there are causes of blindness and we don't know why your father became blind. Glaucoma is a very common cause of blindness and it's hereditary. So there is no age. If the blindness is from glaucoma, for example, and glaucoma is an inherited condition, you can actually just control the duration that it will come. So it's important that we know what is the cause of blindness. So it's not a blanket statement that you become blind at so age, no. But rather, what is the cause of the blindness? So there are different causes of blindness. So it's not something you can just say this is why. You need to know why is this person blind. If there's a history of glaucoma, it's important that all the people in the family are talked about annual checks. If someone has become blind, for example, your father, then you should go to go and check your eye pressure, you check. You know, call cortisone, certain cause of blind or non-cause of blind, most likely it could be cataracts too. It could be hepatomegaly. There's so many that can cause blindness. So you can't really stand here and say this is what happened that made the person blind. So it's important that we do, and that's why we're talking about annual checks. Because you might be doing all the good things and there's something in your pedigree that will cause blindness. If you didn't check and stop it, then you will still cause the blindness. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today I'm a participant. Okay, I have 2 questions. Just in line with what you asked about blindness. When my mother was alive, before she died, she stopped hearing at one side of her body. She was about to turn 70. She was 69 at the point when she had that issue. So we really don't know what happened. All of a sudden, it started, and she was taken to the hospital, and she was they gave her some prescription that she was taking, and after that other things started happening, and it was told to us that her system was shutting down. So I was now wondering what could have led to that. Isn't it the hospital? But when he called me and said they should take her to the hospital, irrespective of how much we will pay. So that's saying that we have to do some things before our system shut down. And eventually the system shut down, and that is one. Then number 2, you're talking about screen. And this screen has to also do with phones. How can I help my husband to sleep without holding phones? The time he's supposed to sleep, at every point I peep, he's making noise with phone. And also distracting me from sleeping. Are you getting it? This morning, before we came, I have gone, I said, there's something I noticed. The company he was with phone, I have to collect the phone. So how do I help him? This phone matter is my problem. How do I help? I'm talking about total sleep, right? That the body reacts to everything that is not in accordance to what you give him. Thank you very much. No, don't worry, let me do it. Yes. No, he's not a
Thank you very much. It's a good thing we're all learning. I am an ICT savvy person. One, I'm considering the nature of what I do as a media person. We work with information. And I can wake up at about 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I want to be abreast with development for the day. So that when I come on air, probably radio or TV, I know what I'm saying. Yes. So I need to be educated. Either through phone or through hard talk. So that is why I'm always glued to my phone because of the information that I get. So I need that.
Thank you very much. So you talked about the mother question. Now, I don't know why you would say mother system shut down my system. It doesn't make sense to me. A lot of times it's the level of knowledge of the doctor that is attending to her. I don't know what happened, but I wouldn't want to imagine that it is system of shut down system and for several reasons. Maybe she had issues and trauma she was dealing with, maybe she had things. Oh, my husband. And you can imagine, it's not like I still be shutting down, but that, no, I didn't mention it, there's no time. For the lifetime is huge. The body stores trauma. That's why we need to grieve. If you need to cry, you need to grieve. Because if you don't grieve, the body will hold the trauma. And sometimes it reflects physically. So you are having issues that you can't put your hands on where it's coming from. It's from stored trauma. So it's possible. But then again, that I don't know what investigations were done to find out why. That is not that you can't answer some questions without having some background information. Now talking about screen time, I want to tell you that number one. That's why I said the ear, that's why I said I don't know what's going to happen. And need to have background information in terms of, and it's a medical condition. It happens, but the point is that different reasons. For X is different, for Y is different, for the other person is different, and we can't give a blanket statement and say it was it. Now, it's when you are getting 69 is too young. I mean, I told you I was with a woman that was 100. The only thing he wasn't hearing from his father. He said, come close to the daughter. And if he's sitting here and talking, he's hearing me crying. But if you go maybe far, he'll tell you, please come closer to me. Now, we know as you age, there's reduction in those things, right? Yes. But 69, that's what I asked her age. 69 is too young. It's too young. So if you're 100, you can be saying, well, 100 and, the reduction in age, hearing, and all of that. Now, talk about the form. Number one thing we need to always understand. Whatever we are doing, serving humanity, if anything happens to you, life continues. Nature abhors vacuum. See, I want us to come from that background first. Always remember, and it's not about you, that's how I started. Whatever you're doing has a ripple effect on you and your family. Screens, this thing, phone or laptop or whatever, TV, has its own issues. So you should have a time. Okay, I want to sleep. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever time you choose to sleep consistently. Information can wait. If your wake up time is 4 o'clock, you understand? You want to hear whatever. You don't know what time you want to go to work. You now wake up and go through what you want to go through. But you have a screen-free period. Protect your space first. It's very important. Because your health is important. Your family is important before the work. So, if you do that consistently, you will be known for that. Is it not? And your brain will be sharper. Sleep actually restores. So when you are able to get good restorative sleep, you don't just sleep. So please, let's have a time that we are away from the phone.
Try to form. Try to form principles for yourself. Now, let me give you my own way of doing things. I told us, I said, you must know yourself. You understand? Know yourself, know what your body is telling you at every time. Now, for many years now, I told myself, I speak to myself, and I tell myself, anything I'm addicted to is not useful. There was a time that I was having some issues, and I got used to a particular game. It's a very intelligent game. I just play the game. It helps me to relax. It helps me to do some other things. But do you know what? That game, I became addicted. So each time once I see my phone like this, I pick it up, I will play that game. And I found that I was spending more time with the game than doing any other reasonable thing. And it's not good, it's not useful. Why would I be on my phone for 2 hours playing a particular game? When I'm dropping it, I'll be grumbling for myself. Do you understand? So I just told myself this has to stop. And that is a determination. Try to have time for everything in your life. This is important, this is important, this is not too important, this is not too important. I used to have a program on telly on Arise, anywhere I am, once that program is just about to start, I'm either watching TV or I'm with my phone. And I find it's consuming my energy. And I told myself, this has to stop. I have to put my strength into something that is consuming my energy. It's not making me to do some other things that I have to do that will be more profitable and more inspiring. But when something is distracting you at that particular time, you will not be able to realize some of the potentials that you have. So just put it in yourself that, look, yes, you need to get information. Audit that particular program properly. When is the best time to watch it? Put a plan on it. Plan yourself. Be determined that I'm not going to fall into using a device that is going to be hurting to either my eyes, my mind, or even other part of your health. Your health matters, just as she said. If anything happens now, you can look for another person. Life don't be worker. Yeah. So get yourself up. Yeah? Be determined. As we talk to ourselves, we talk to everybody that is here. Work is good to, hey, I have passion for this, I have passion. Even when you have passion for something, plan it. Be deliberate about everything you do. Is that okay? I will be happy.
Praise the Lord. Please permit me to just add a response to this last question. I have a neighbor where I live who is less than 6, who was less than 60 years. But the last sanitation exercise, the last moment sanitation exercise, he was very busy, very active from home. Like one, he started coughing, he fell down. By the time they rushed him to 2 or 3 hospitals, he's gone. He has about 3 years of 5 decades in addition to the school that the wife is completed, and he's working on another 3 or 4 buildings that is still working at the same time. What I want to say is that he has dropped everything and life continues. If because of your job you must keep yourself glued to the screen, if anything happens to you, life continues. Just like I said. That is what I want to say there. My question now is, you talk of taking natural fruits and food. What do you call natural and non natural? How do we now know? How do we determine? Apple, you take apple, they say this one is poison, this one is color, this one is this. You take banana, they say this one was ripened by carbide. You take beans, they say they mix it with cement to preserve it. How do you not determine which one is natural so that you don't injure yourself by what you call natural?
Thank you very much. Now, the truth is, it's been a difficult time to answer that question. Number one, we need to know that let me use a pesticide infected or a GMO that on natural apple is still better than the processed food. Do you understand? Let's get that right. So it's, to be on the side of caution, it's still better to take that I don't know is that. And you know what we found too is that when you have something, the scripture said you should pray on whatever you're taking, right? There's a study that was done on water, and there was a man that kept speaking to the water, and they found that the structure of the water actually changed. Those have not been verified in large clinical trials, so it's still not something we want to see. But when I listened to it, I was like, this even speaks well with scriptures. But where the world is going to is where you're saying we need to do some farming, some gardening to reduce the toxic load. Because what we are finding out is that the toxic load, because of all these things, is very high. So currently, what we're saying is, if you can do those leaves by your house, of course you can't do all of them. So if you can do some, you do. And then if you can find where someone is supplying, because the truth is that if you look hard enough, you will always find the better one. You will find those ones. Then others that you cannot help yourself, what do? Pray and you submit it. Do you understand? Just know that you will reduce the toxic load. The ones you can farm, you farm. The ones you can outsource, you can find that, oh, there's one woman there that raises her own and it's different. It may be a bit expensive. We wouldn't know. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, we're not very truthful. If you go outside the country, they usually label organic GMO. This is 5,000, this is 10,000. So you have a choice to either take the 10,000 naira or the 5,000 naira. But Nigerians are a little bit, they're not very truthful, but I'm hoping that we get there to become more truthful. We will get there. Don't be pessimistic. We will get there. But let's believe that the person selling will tell you. Sometimes they're native, sometimes not native. We all know. So what can we do? We keep continuing, hoping that it will get better. I don't know if you want to have anything to say. Want to say anything to that?
It's unfortunate, maybe we will have added it to all it. There are some codes now that you can check when you get to supermarkets. You can check. Those codes will either determine if it's organic or GMO. But my fear actually is we have a lot of adulterated food. You heard about all this rubber food from China and all that. People don't even understand how it works. My sister, you know what I did? When I started hearing of this story, I said that I will go for the Nigerian rice that I know, Abakaliki rice, Okwila rice, you know, something that you know, rather than craving for something from foreign rice. I don't even know what it is. Our things are better than their own, for God's sake. Let's be realistic. I'm not proud of what we have. We are so. Somebody will say, I have foreign so and so. Come and buy. And everybody will be rushing there. And when I say this one is from made in Nigeria, people will be avoiding the place. I mean, it's ridiculous. Our own food here, try and know the food that are around you, know the ones that are good for you, and avoid the ones that you don't understand. I usually say, when I'm talking, I say, anything you have confusion with, you don't understand, avoid it. If you go buy something and the thing is, I don't understand it, avoid it. Is that okay? Don't go to a supermarket or to the market to buy things without you not reading what is inside. What are the components of that ketchup? In some places, you know, I watched some horrible films, documentaries on how they do ketchup, or how they do some of these foreign things that we want to have all around us. It's frightening, but nobody cares. Just life goes on. If you are buying anything that you want to eat, for God's sake, check what is it, what's inside. I'm sorry, let me use this as an example. You have this, I can't remember whether whatever thing. There's this drink, children like it so much. It's like, bobo. I just took one, and I started going through all the chemicals. I said, where's the yogurt here? Where's the milk inside? Nothing. It's a mixture of chemicals. And the same thing with most of the things that we buy for our children. And we start killing our children from when they are small. Napike. I said, Napike, no. That child is well with it. So let's be careful and know what you are eating. I'm scared of so many things. Even the bread we eat. I'm a very good bread person. I enjoy eating bread. You read for when I was small, you know. And when I started asking questions, the flour that we were using, now we are supposed to be producing some of them from candy. For God's sake, how many of them still have that privilege of buying flour? For wheat grown in candy. So we all buy from the one that from the US. And all those other products. If you don't understand what that corned beef contains, don't buy. I mean, save your life. Save your what? Save your life. It's not everything in the market space or on the shelf that is healthy. So get something that is healthy and be healthy.
Facing, I want to know what can actually be causing much of cases like fibroid and then hormonal imbalance and the fallopian tube blockage. There are so many problems, and it's not even in advanced women. I'm talking in young girls. And again, I know of a woman, right, of about 60 years, suffering from dementia. What can actually cause all this, and is there any solution to it? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Beautiful question. Now, because we are scientists, usually there are levels of evidence, right? Now, the suspicion is that we have most of these endocrine disruptors. For example, we have the foil. This foil they use, it's called bisphenol A, bisphenol A, BPA, and some other disruptors. Now they are finding that they are actually metabolic disruptors. They disrupt metabolism. However, they are not yet completely linked to fibroid, but there's suspicion that because there's a disruption of the endocrine, it's a disruption of the metabolism, then a lot of things are being messed up in your system, right? So what we're advocating is that the less toxic lifestyle we live, the better for you. The less toxins you take into your system, you're exposed to, the better for you. And we're hoping that very soon we'll come up with solutions to it. But for now, live as natural as possible, because the more you will take in the endocrine disruptor, the environment is polluted, the things you're eating is polluted. What can you do for yourself? Make sure that you eat, you exercise, and you pray. Thank you very much.
The dementia, yeah, please.
Dementia Alzheimer is actually called, now they're calling it type 3 diabetes. Type 3. Because insulin resistance is also in Alzheimer now, it also has a role it's playing. So lifestyle is very important. However, there's a history of genetics. This is a huge role. Sometimes you have plates that are deposited, right? So for everybody, it's not one thing. But we keep saying that if you can stimulate your brain enough, brain stimulation, good games, good reading, and all of that to help. However, you cannot say it's 100%. These are just suggestions, right? So for that particular person, is she obese? These are the questions you want to ask. Does she have insulin resistance? You don't know. Do you understand? So many factors, variables you don't know about a particular person. But what we're trying to encourage. Now, remember, lifestyle, even a perfect lifestyle does not exclude you completely from disease. Let's not get it twisted. It does not exclude you completely from disease. The variables causing disease is huge. But we're saying that lifestyle will reduce your risk of having disease, right? There's still variables like genetics that you are trying to battle with. There's still variables that are unexplained, but they're the minimum, right? The 70% is lifestyle. So we are saying, why don't you empower yourself with the bulk of what you have, the one you can change.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me remind us, maybe you are not here yesterday, Prof highlighted some of the ingredients that we have in Nigeria that can support the health of our especially when it has to do with fibroid, erythrosis, and hormonal imbalance. Totally. So one of the things I would say when I come up to speak is that we have some of these things that Prof highlighted is already packaged in indigenous medicines, herbal medicines. Remember, it is lifestyle and herbal, using herbal, as health support. Personally, I've sent some of these things to one of our sisters in England. Her daughter, in fact, why she contacted me was this girl was rushed to hospital because she has endometriosis and painful menstruation. The last one, she passed out. They had to rush her with ambulance to the hospital. So she goes through this every month. Then I sent her some of the preparation we have there. As I think Tony has it there. And she used this, she called me and she was shouting that for the first time this girl didn't even know when her menstrual cycle started. She started with normal flow. You understand? So these are already recorded. I was asking Prof when he retires, he's going to make these things available. So for now, you can use them, but through lifestyle adjustment, you can actually correct a lot of things. And myself, I'm an evidence. So you see, diet brought me back to life. I should have died in the 50s. You understand? So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, so at this point, there will be no more questions. So let's move to the next lecture. So let's celebrate her once again. If we're taking too many questions, Prof wants to go. So we'll have to wait. I know Prof's lecture is very... so at that point, you can add it together. All right, okay. Please let's celebrate her again. If that's all you can do for her. Please, I want you to make louder. Please, louder. Please, good. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, at this point, we are moving on, and it's now time for us to invite the next speaker. Okay, please, can we be upstanding? He has asked we should stand up. So we have to invite our professor. In the person of Professor McDonald Indu, please can we celebrate him? Keep clapping until he stands up. The more you clap, the more encouragement you give to him. Keep clapping until he stands up. Please let's make it louder. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, I'm going to first give greeting. Do start with first 5 seconds. You can make. That's the next point I want us to share. Tell yourself, I can make it. Come on, use it as a dance. Come on. I can make it. Be positive with yourself. I can make it. I am well. 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 I am wealthy. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. I have peace. I have peace. I have Jesus. I have Jesus. You don't understand what you're doing. You are creating yourself. Is that okay? What you speak matters a lot. The third one, learn to talk to yourself in the mirror. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but it has worked for me. I said, I started this thing many years ago. Very many years ago. I had this friend of mine. He was my mentor and my coach. And he was teaching me. He said, you know what? I said, what? He said, every time I pass my plans, that I'll be waiting on my corner here. And I don't greet them. They look dull when I come back. But each time I rub hands on them, I say, how are you doing? Good morning. Hope everything is fine. By then it's coming back from work. They are all. And I started in theory. Now plant talks. It's a different matter. So, well, how does that relate to us? You are what you say to yourself. Is that alright? You are what you say. When I remember that 2 days I didn't learn to talk to yourself. I do it seamlessly. Wake up, I'll pull on my clothes, stay in front of my mirror. What do you want your day to look like? Speak to yourself. Learn to speak positive things to your mind. Most of the problem we have is in the mind. Once you have conquered that, you have conquered an aspect that is great for you. Is that okay? I appreciate you all. You have been so great, so great. And I want us to learn, which we have been learning, and not only learning, let us use those things we have learned continuously. And I want to hear testimonies about everything. Now, we're going to be, can you move a little bit, just in the next 2 minutes, or thereabout, yeah, just move your, move. Just move and come back to yourself. Come back to your seat. All right, please, can we sit down? We just pray in the name of God. Just so that I will also be on my way. Now, books are very important. Why did I say books are very important? So, look at this one. It says, eating to live and not to die. Edible pharmacy. Lesson the power of nutrition and the fight against cancer. Now, cancer is growing at a very high speed in the country today. And it's not just like that lady said. Things are not just happening to elderly people anymore. The young ones are suffering now. And everybody's wondering, what is it? Like my friend would say, that end time. See a young girl of 14, 15. What's a young girl of 14, 15 who with cancer of the breast? God help us in Jesus' name. Well, you can buy a book like this. And for those of us that are always think everything, or those of us that are having small issue with your spine, this back thing. Do you understand? This bone way different back. Our head will go back bone. Buy a book that will benefit you like this one. Eat to live and not to die. When you have this personal discomfort behind you, if you have a high bed, good for you. If you don't have a high bed, generate seats. Make it high small. Lie down for, get this mat, put it on the floor. And then lie down, put your leg up on top of the bed. Then your back lay flat on the ground. The bed will touch your lap. I mean, like this. I don't know how to do it. But you understand what I'm saying? Your legs are on the bed, your laps are on the side, your back on the floor. There is a Z clinical. Your leg on the bed or on the high chair. Your lap here on the side, and then your back on the floor. Pick a book and start reading. Do it 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, you will surely get relief. That first day don't be for me. But just maintain, just wait. Good things not come that easy too sometimes. But just lie down. go into farming. Farming, not maize farm, not beans, not tomatoes, but to go into herbal or plant farming. There are a lot of benefits that you get. Honestly speaking, for our ministers, I want you to carry this message to even the church. When we say farming, a lot of people have negative minds, towards what we refer to as farming. That's why you see that every university with a faculty called agriculture, they have most of the time the least number of students. Do you understand? But without food, we can't live. But nobody wants to go to the farm. It's the same thing when we say, we don't want to teach. You say, God forbid, I don't want to be a teacher. But you came to the university without teachers. You can't graduate. I mean, so if all the teachers grow old now and they leave, who will not teach? So this is one body that I have, and I think it's also a very. I didn't make it to podcast, but I just feel that I should just stimulate my audience. I want to stimulate my audience. That's why I brought this topic. Now, economic development through indigenous herbs and spices. Is that okay? Indigenous herbs and spices are increasingly recognized not only for their medicinal nutrition, but now there's a market for it. This idea of in Nigeria, start to present valuable natural resources, driving agricultural transformation, industrialization, employment generation, poverty reduction, foreign exchange earning, and sustainable national development. You can make money, serious money, from farming, spices, herbs, and all that stuff. Some years back, I went to Kano Market. They have what I call, it's like a herbal market. There's no herb you are looking for, no spices that you don't see in that market. The market is so big, all manner of plants and everything. If you see this, the amount of money, it's like which market man? Alaba market. Yeah? You know how much they generate. If you have an idea of how much they generate in a day in Alaba market, it's Alami. The same thing with that market. They generate billions every day. People come from all over the world, all over the country, from Nigeria, from China, everybody come to that same market to buy plants and to buy spices. But we don't sit down to say, look, instead of people sitting down to say, let me look for something to do that will benefit, they'll be looking for office job. They'll be looking for office job. Even you as a woman or as a man, that you have a very small, you have space within your compound. You have space. Why can't you do a home garden? He was saying something about the kind of food we are talking about. Grow your own food. Grow your own medicinal things. You are sure of your own, now you grow on yourself. Is it not healthier? And if you have small money, I think you can do 1 hectare, 2 hectares of a particular herb or spice. You can package them. That's what we're going to see very soon. And then you make a lot of. You don't need to look for office job. Your children don't need to go and start looking for office job. Because you can make the best of nature. All right. The great global demand for herbal medicine, functional food, nutraceuticals, and natural cosmetics, essential organic agricultural products. They are creating a lot of opportunities for countries endowed with so much of biodiversity. Nigeria is one of them. I told us yesterday that Nigeria is the Odogu of medicinal plants, of biodiversity. Everything is here. And when you grow these things that people are not very used to, they won't come and harvest it on your behalf. You know that you are going to make your money and you are going to also live well through those products that you are growing. Okay, Nigeria has thousands of medicinal plants distributed across everywhere, from the mango, rainforest, savanna, Sudan savanna, everywhere. These plants include the normal things that we talked about yesterday. You have the garlic, turmeric, moringa, ginger, scent leaf, alligator peppers, and so on and so forth. You know, all these things have become important commercial commodities in local, regional, and international markets. There's this particular one that we normally put in front of our houses in some. I don't know, they call it, what is the local name? There's, no, not scent leaf. It's a herb. It has this rosy kind of flowers. You have some that are purple, mostly some are white, you know, and all that. Not hibiscus, I'm trying to. No, not lavender. That plant has the largest alkaloid content, more than any plant. No, not very. Anywhere in the world. Do you know that abroad they are looking for it? They are asking people if you can grow it for us. I will go to buy. People are buying ginger, common ginger. They want to mix it with their, and there's international market for it. Like we were saying yesterday, so people are also buying your bitter leaf. So why are we lazy about what to do? Why can't we do something that will yield money for us? Their cultivation, processing, packaging, branding, and export generates substantial economic value and contributes also to the national economy. If you can put it back, if you can process very well, cultivate very well, you can do your packaging and have your own brand. Honestly speaking, the sky is not the limit. The galaxy is. Okay. Now, medicinal plant sector support numerous industries, of course. Even M&B now, they've started going into medicinal plant production. M&B, you know, some other pharmacies have started going into all this. So you can even be a source of supply to them. You can be a source of supply. And you will be generating money quietly. Nobody knows where they come from. Including pharmaceutical, food processing, biotechnology, cosmetics. And we're going to see that soon. Nutraceuticals and hospital awareness tourism. Consequently, investment in indigenous herbs and spices have the potential of diversifying our economy. Let me just divert a little bit. That was what I told Obasanjo when he was the president. I told him, I said, look, let's diversify this economy. Chinese alone, they are making billions of dollars because they have a coordinated approach towards their medicinal plant, exports. Then we have India, China, and then Germany. Between these three countries, they were sending out billions of dollars within and outside. And we set up a committee there. He set up a committee, we went for an operation, started work, did everything, got to a particular point. At the time he was leaving, politicians came and scattered the whole thing. And that's where we are. They scattered everything. So that the money that was allocated to the committee, they diverted it to themselves. It's sad. But you see that we will have been if we are able to get that structure right, we will have been generating a lot of money. People will have been employed. I mean, the youths will have been employed, and so many things will have happened. I don't know if this sounds well. You know, I was sharing with somebody. I said, all these our youths that are farming, sorry, it's just out of record, that are farming in Jai. Do you understand? In Kwale area and all that stuff, up to Edo State and all that. They don't even need to hide. All we need to do is we'll go set up, you know, this industry that will manufacture that oil. That Indian oil. Do you understand? I'm telling you, for your head. Perfect. For your head, perfect. Some countries have approved it. You can grow it around your house. You can harvest it. I know of friends that put it inside their food to eat. The only thing is I don't abuse it. What is perfect for your health. But you can imagine if we have a company, excuse me, if we have a company in Kwale, for instance, that into CBD, they call it CBD, CBD oil. You can imagine the thousands of youths that would have been employed. You can imagine outgrowers that would have been employed. You can imagine. So, I wanted to try to make a case. Sorry. To see if Nigeria can use their brain. They are saying, no, Indian, no. What is medicine?
Prof, the late governor told us they try, all the governments to raise we were laughing at him.
CBD oil, small one like this, is sold for 80,000 naira. And if you pass this like 300 bills or 400 bills for 150,000 naira. I'm not exaggerating. I had to tell somebody from the bush. They gave me this Indian hemp seed. So I did it in my lab. I created the oil in my lab. Come and see crab in my office. If I tell you what is useful in your health, you'll be amazed.
That's what
not to talk of cosmetics. But you know the fun? Go to the market. You will see Indian hemp oil, Indian hemp hair cream. You go there, you will see CBD. CBD in Indian imported. But here is a crime. I beg, let's move forward. So when we invest in indigenous spices, the potential of diversifying our economy is positive. Is that right? Next slide. They develop indigenous herb and spices as agricultural commodities. So that's what I'm saying. You will see it as agriculture, just as you grow your yam, your tomatoes, your pepper, and all that. Next slide. Okay. Many indigenous medicinal plants are cultivated by small scale. You can use your house, your home garden, farmers across. If you want to go into full one, I can also maybe see how to drive in an idea for you. Commercial cultivation of this crop contributes significantly to household income, food security, and rural livelihood. Compared with many staple crops, medicinal plants often command higher market prices. I gave you the story of that man that attempted to close down his shrine, and he went into his mind is big enough already. Making more money, far more money than what he was making from frightening people. So, example of things you can easily grow, ginger, garlic, turmeric, moringa, bitter leaf. Even the ugu, you can process ugu in such a way that it will be exportable. It will be exportable. There's market for it. I know that there's nowhere in the world that I don't have Nigerian kitchen. They will always want to come and buy in large quantity. Huh? Little pepper now. What's that? Even Zobo is a huge market now. They are buying Zobo from all over the world. So you can do anything you want. And there are many more plants you can do. Next time. Now, this is usually the agricultural value chain for medicinal plant. Medicinal plant cultivates. When you cultivate, increase farm production, higher household income because it yields money for you. Improves rural economy, even the urban economy if you can, and then invariably it affects national economic growth. Next, it employs the youth. There's still a time for those youth. Medicinal plant industry creates employment opportunity throughout the value chain. Each stage of production contributes to job creation and rural development. My heart goes for our rural people because they feel like when they call them grassroots, they think they pay you well. Grassroots, not they see some like that. But young graduates in agriculture, botany, biotechnology, pharmacy, microbiology, food science can establish profitable way, or even person not go school at all. Can establish something on medicinal plant cultivation, and he get himself or herself, really comfortable with enough finances. Is that okay? Now, employment opportunity include farmers, nursery operators. You can even be an operator, you can be a farmer, you can be a nursery operator, you can be a seed producer. So you can see that there are so many ways you can really generate funds. You can just be producing seed of one particular plant or seedling. People will come in to buy. You might not even need to grow a big one, but just be producing the seedling, producing the seed, or you can be an harvester, you harvest, process. So there are a lot of branch of ways. You can be a herb collector, just collecting herbs from all over the world. And then you can be a processor, you can process. You can be a drying specialist, get your dehydrator, just be drying. People will be bringing their own and you'll be drying and you'll be collecting money. You can be a packaging company, laboratory, and you can be the one analyzing them, or herbal manufacturers, researchers, exporters, transporters, retailers. All these are things that are hinged, into medicinal plants. Next slide. Then poverty reduction, of course, we know that eventually it will reduce poverty. Women and youth participate actively in vegetable production, especially in rural areas. And then you can do your herbal cultivation, spices processing. You can do your herbal tea production. Herbal tea production requires some machines. But like I've started a campaign now that you don't even need machine to do herbal tea production. I went to China. I stayed there for enough time. The ones that they use for themselves, they don't put them in capsule or in a tea bag. It's open. Put your spoon there. They say 1 teaspoon. Put your teaspoon, put it in hot water, and then your tea is ready. So, like there's a company in Abuja that I advised at the time, and she took my advice. She has that process. She has the one that is tea. She has the open one. The open one is selling faster. Everybody wants to just see what you are. And you know that many people now, even when you have your tea bag, they will now advise you to tear it and put it inside. So why should I be spending so much money going to buy? I have the machine for tea bagging. Why would I be wasting money buying a tea bag machine when after processing the tea bag, I will still tear the tea, make it pour inside there. So why not people make it as save money? So food preservation, retail marketing. Now women empowerment. Our women have left, malnourished economically. But this could be, instead of, I'm sorry, we don't laugh. What do you call it? Akara and kuli. They do this empowerment, and a lot of people will have that. Women dominate several aspects of medicinal food chain, including vegetable farming, spices, herbal food production, traditional medicine practice, market distribution, small-scale agro-processing. Now, the same thing with the youth. Youths in Nigeria are in heavy population. Many of them are unemployed. That's what I was telling us yesterday. I thought that the government would call. That's why I prepared this slide like this. So that they can also hear that there are ways you can develop this thing and employ many youths. The reason why there's xenophobia right now in South Africa is because many of the young people are not employed. And they're unemployed. I've been to South Africa. They are very lazy. They don't read. They don't want to do skill work. They don't want to do anything. They don't feel that they are rich. They should sit there in their house and they want to be like Bahrain. They want to be like Qatar. People, the government will be giving them money in their houses. Now they are going to see her. They will see her. Now they started fighting themselves. The Zulu is fighting this one. That one is fighting this one. It's coming there. So we can empower the youth, to do organic herb farming. Greenhouse cultivation is very good and it's very easy. We don't need to use a gold greenhouse. We can buy net. Do small greenery and we cultivate everything we want to do there. Medicinal plant nursery, herbal tea production, essential oil extraction. There's so much money in that one. If you have the money, buy the machine. Spice packaging, nutraceutical, online marketing, export. All these ones there, we can spend donkey number of hours talking about each of them. Now, medicinal plant enterprise, the value chain, you cultivate it, you harvest, you process, you package, you brand it, you market it, you export, and then you earn foreign exchange. The dollar will come to you. You earn foreign exchange. There are some NGOs to right now in Abuja that we support. If you want to export indigenous, products. They just had a conference I couldn't attend last week. Trying to see people who are interested. If you are growing okra, for instance, you want to export it, they will assist you, to see how it can go. Industrial development. You can standardize the extracts to make tablets, capsules, syrup, ointments. Nutraceutical industry, example, all these ones, you can make moringa powder, ginger capsules, garlic supplements, herb teas, functional beverages, dietary supplements, all these ones can be done. Food processing industry, all these are there, the spices blend, instant soup, herbal beverage, all these ones are open doors that you can just pick only one aspect and you will just continually make your finances right. In cosmetics, you can do herbal soap, body cream, hair oil, essential oil, skin lotions, facial cleaners. And when they do that, it's herbal, they will buy it. Trust me, people will buy it. When they do that, it's herbal. Have you ever reasoned why toothpaste people, they will not tell you herbal? Has it ever occurred to you that there's something about herbal? When they want to really make sense, they will put herbal, so that when you go there, you say, this one is herbal one, I beg, give it. This one will work better. So those are trade tricks. So, export promotion, foreign exchange, and Nigeria exports several medicinal plant products as of now. They export ginger, hibiscus flower. That is not for skeleton. So what we will call it hibiscus flower. Garlic, sesame seed, turmeric, moringa products, are all exported in Nigeria currently, and there can be more. Nigeria is loaded with heavy biodiversity. Then I'm encouraging that you have SMEs, small, medium, and small, medium enterprises, where you can pull yourself together to make herbal tea, spices branding, herbal cosmetics, essential oil extraction, nutraceutical, and even herbal food. There's a company in Benin, and they experiment on herbal food. They use mushrooms and all that. They prepare different kinds of dishes. They will tell you there what it can do in your body and all that. And it's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, next one. Okay, value addition. This is where I have a lot of interest. Your raw material plants command relatively low market price. Now, if you just sell it, you just have Zobo, you just sell it like that, you will not get enough money. But when you add value to it, this is where the proposal I made to government at the time, this is where it comes handy. I was saying anybody that is coming to steal our biodiversity should stay here and add value. 50, 60, 70% value. Then you can now carry it in away so that people can have impact on what God has given to them. That's why I say when they are stealing our oil and selling it out, it's painful. Why can't you refine it here? Refine it here. So, value addition is very important. Anything you are doing, value addition. If you do ginger, for instance, if you are on ginger, you can make powder from ginger, you can make tea, you can make oil, you can make capsules. Garlic, you can make tablets, you can make oil, you can make powder. Moringa, you can make moringa powder, capsule, or tea. Hibiscus, Zobo, you can make beverage, you can make tea. Turmeric, you can make capsules, spice, blends, and all that. Bitter leaf, you can make herbal tea, you can make powder. So, the world is before us. I'm just stimulating your appetite into things that you can do to make money. Next one. Okay, these are the challenges. What are the various challenges? Poor access to planting materials. But now you can source materials. Limited mechanized farming, that's for large scale. Weak extension services, because people don't want to read, they don't want to study agriculture. So, poor processing technology, because you want to do it, you want to cut shortcuts, to produce products. Lack of standardization, where data can be passed, you can do science. Inadequate quality control is also a challenge. Poor packaging is a challenge. Limited research funding is a challenge. Weak export infrastructure is a challenge. The country is not interested. So you have to break through your market. Climatic change, deforestation, over-harvesting of wild species. Instead of over-harvesting, we went on a field survey in one community, we were looking for a particular plant. They told us that that plant used to exist in this village. But now, due to over-harvesting, the plant is no more existing here. And they have to go to about 3 or 4 villages ahead for them to get that same plant. So that's what I call genetic erosion. So it's going gradually. Before you know, that plant is out. We've lost it. So, inadequate government incentive, limited finance assets. If you go take loan now at 30%, where you make the gain, where you pay back 30%, and then I keep saying it, this country we need help, and we need help fast, very fast. They want you to work, and from the backside, they pull everything that you are walking away from you. So, addressing these challenges is essential for sustainable development in this sector. Now, let's look at strategies for maximizing economic benefit. Promote commercial cultivation of medicinal plants, strengthen research development, improve access to quality planting materials. That's why I said that I thought the government people would be here so that I can drum this into their ears. Encourage public-private partnership, develop modern processing facilities, strengthen quality contribution, encourage youth and women participation, support small and medium enterprises, protect indigenous knowledge, very, very important. Protect indigenous knowledge through appropriate intellectual property mechanism, promote sustainable harvesting and biodiversity conservation, integrate medicinal plant development into national agriculture and industrial policy. Now, since yesterday till today, we have talked so much, have we? In tying everything up, I said Nigerian concept of food as medicine demonstrates that indigenous herbs and spices are not merely culinary ingredients, but valuable functional food that contributes to the prevention and supportive management of broad spectrum of diseases. We looked at that yesterday, that these things can affect the way we live, our quality of life. Why they are, I made a caveat, which I'm also repeating. I'm not saying that, we should throw away the evidence-based medications, especially when you have serious conditions, such as cancer, stroke, diabetes, malaria, typhoid. Well, I don't believe in typhoid. I just put that because a lot of us will relate to it. Asthma, kidney diseases. These plants we're looking at can play an important complementary role by improving nutrition, reducing inflammation and oxidative stress, enhancing the immune system, and supporting our overall health. Harnessing these indigenous food sources through research, public education, and sustainable cultivation can improve population health while creating opportunity for economic development. Thank you very much. As a food as medicine, I really appreciate it. Whatever we have looked at in this couple of minutes is a whole session of lectures that we can pick one by one, and then we can create enough awareness. But we need to be serious. We need to be focused. We need to be focused. So people need to shift their orientation. If it's not government work, it's no work. If it's not government work, it's no work. It doesn't have to be government work. Be your own manager. Others are doing it, you can do it. Dangote is not working for government. Dangote is working for his name and himself. Otedola is working for his name and himself. Be yourself.
Hey, the idea of that drop, so who will see the money? You understand? Definitely we'll start somewhere. Thank God for the social media now. So from the comfort of my confidence, I will only go out radio station for IT of the social media. So let's celebrate our daddy one more time. Let's have a countdown of questions. I'd like to start with you, sir.
I am so happy I could be here today. The devil really wanted me not to be here. I was in a prayer program at Israel yesterday. And I planned so well that I will leave that place at 12 so that I can meet the afternoon session here yesterday. But unfortunately, the program couldn't allow me to come on time. When I now came this morning, I was at 9 o'clock, the first person to come. But this morning I was feeling some pain in the eye that I did the surgery last year. By the time people have started coming, I feel like going out anywhere to get the drug that they recommended when I did the surgery. I have to even ask my doctor from Elon to send me the link because I forgot. I tried almost to the end of the road before I could take the drug to buy. My mind was buy the drug and start going back to nature, missing the entire program. But when I bought the drug, I was discussing with the people there, and I started feeling much better. Instead of trekking down to the junction, and I took a keke back to the venue. So I thank God that I was devil did not succeed for me to miss the second day session. Thank you, Prof, for what you have just told us. By January next year, I will be 30 years in England. With the bank of that brought me in January 1997. By 2006, when we were by 2006, when the current Anambra State government was Central Bank and we forced some banks to mark, and my bank, Academic Bank, marked it Platinum to become bank PhD. They disengaged us. They gave us some takeaway. But the point I'm trying to make is that having spent so long a time in the Igbo land, I decided as the head of the family, as the father in the house, that we are all going back to Ogbomoso, my hometown. But as at that time, 2006 February, my wife's business in the relief market as distributor of soap business has been established. So she was of the opinion that what are we going to do in Ogbomoso when we have gone this far in the business here? I understand what she's saying. And I did not behave like a military man. I said, okay, I will allow you to stay. Allow me to go. And of course, I can force them to follow me. It was the bank work that just started with each other. But she, for reasons best known to her, was never in support of me going. So when my first daughter was to wed in 2020, I told them in a family meeting here at the wedding that I was not going back. That was the first problem. 2020, later, they interceded and came back. We did another wedding in 2022. I refused to come back again. What was my wife's problem? That what can I do in the promotion? What can we do that can equate to the business we are doing on each other? But I was convinced in my spirit that there are so many things I can do because we started from zero level here too in business. My intention then was, my plan then was that even if I start picking firewood of equal sizes from where there was no development, and I started tying them together in front of my house. Very soon they will call me Baba Wigi, firewood man, and they will patronize me. I have a pole up to my compound. I have connected to about 3, 4, 5 houses, and they are taking water. Tanker can come and take water. But having listened to lectures, so many things that I know I can do. I was holding blocks for my own use. People that are developing around me in promotion, I will tell them, you don't need to go far. Just do it. And they will buy. And I was making money from water, from this, from that. But having listened to the lecture, I discovered that we need to just graduate from school to just be ourselves. There are so many things that God has endowed in us, on us in this country, from where we can make it. But Prof, I listen to you. I try to make some notice, but I cannot capture 1/10 of what you have done. And I made inquiry whether there is a book on what you have given us. They said there is no book. So I don't know how I can get anything that will give you a comprehensive idea of what you have just given us. I have so much to sit down, study, and learn. So please, I beg of you, anything, any way I can have something that I can sit down, study, and then understand the nitty-gritty of what you have given us today. I'm not a teacher, I'm not a lecturer, but I know that if it benefits me, it will benefit. I start from my church. Local church in the Ogbomoso, Macedonia Baptist Church in the Owosi. Once children are empowered, their families are empowered. We have a lot of children that are that are doing sales boy in the market. In the last 5 months that my wife had gone to UK for Mungo. You know, you women are very possessive. All the time that we were together before we had the opportunity to go for the first of Mungo, she just came back next week. I had a freedom to myself. She's not happy. She's not happy to hear what I said.
No, never for Mungo.
No, wait. I'm trying to make a point. Normally, when she was around before she traveled out, we go together to the market, we come back together. And most women, they don't want you to be yourself. I'm the kind of person that I don't like going in my vehicle to a distance alone. I like to be at least speak to somebody, help somebody. Now, in the experience I had in the last 6 months, I discovered that there are some children that have finished schools in my area to Bosi that are working, that do sales game in markets that are far away, Uga, electrical markets, air bridge, and they are spending more money than the salary they are collecting.
Praise the Lord.
Let's
do a clap of appreciation. Having more song to our prof. Thank you. Passionate about what you have taught.
Yes. Children can do something.
Yes. Praise the Lord.
My great prof, in fact, you are really fed us with a lot of what I call spiritual and physical food. There is something yesterday, just like you said, I really want to be in this. I called I said I want to be in this seminar. He gave me the directive. He said I'm not ready. Okay, my son took an ill. Yesterday I couldn't make it. But today, just like as you said, when I woke up this morning, one spirit said, are you going to make this child? Are you not saying the whole this is a bad thing? But one spirit said, there are people in the home, move. I decided to move. And now, I really saw the dividends of my movements. Because, yes, he mentioned, I want to really hammer on whatever thing in fact, those things he poured and related there, they are really lectures and they are really things to beckon on. If we and you are ready. He made mention of a man he told this herbal something that was adding his fetish something. In fact, for you to have reorient that man, you have brought him tonight. Because I'm not herbal. I know what I face. I had an accident almost 4 times in Warri. That really dragged me because I've been in love with anything. You know, I will have a very short time to speak now. Anything medical, I have a love with redhead. I was in work. I worked for some time at when a co was a co. I put myself together. I learned what is it called? Chemist. When I now look at myself, after passing through a lot, I put myself together. I said, I can do something. I said to myself, I can do something, which I really, I put in my little effort. But there was something I was about setting in back, which he mentioned. Maybe a colleague of mine will have any challenge. I will say, take this. The next thing will say, how does she know all these things? First, I have to order books. I order books, what is plant encyclopedia, plants, they have volume 1, volume 2. Okay, you might know them. Oh, in fact, I wanted to even carry the loads to this place, but I couldn't. Mine is as high as this. I spent close to $500,000 to get those books, to acquire them. Please look for those books. If you want to really live and leave something behind for your generation, look for those books. It's unfortunate. I said I will have even come with one of the volumes, but another time is coming. Time is coming that we will have a bigger school. If I tell you, we started the race, mine and the colleague, we started the race because of what kind of how is he managing to know all these things? People laughing at us. It fall apart. I said I will remain to the end. If I see something in this book that brought me from those series of accidents, I also have been abandoned. When the family will abandon you, say, what can we do with this? But God said He still has something to do with her. So, what am I trying to hammer? Reading, seeking for knowledge, you are seeking for life. Yes. When you seek for knowledge, you seek for life. But if you see that away, like our people said, it not concern me. When they still want to eat over there too, the eating will not equally concern you too. And let them do there, will not concern you. When the food will be done there, it will not equally concern you. So, seek for knowledge. Knowledge is very good. Having elaborate on a little of that. Now let me come to the treatment proper. I made doctors, medical doctors, my mentor. Number one is blessed memory, Sapling Clinic. Dr. Sabi was my mentor. I have almost 2 mentors who there in already that I meet. And those books, they are even mentor and your mentor. He knows what I'm talking. I have all the series too. Then let me now come to a little let me say awareness that I will equally give to it from my little knowledge that I have. Prof talked about backache. You know, as we age, our immune is diminishing, is dwindling down. And this part of our area here, we don't really know how to take care of our system. All we crave after is money, making money. We don't even ask ourselves, this dress that I wear today now, I'm wearing now. Tomorrow now, it will be smelling. Did I use it to rub the ground? No. What makes it to smell is what my body emits. As the body emits those toxic, so also whatever we take, we have toxic in our system. If you wash the dress now, another one will give you an offensive odor. Have you asked yourself, what about my tanner? Have I washed my tanner? The question is no in many of us. Then, like the backache we mentioned too, let me teach you something very quickly about backache. Many persons, when they have backache, they will go and meet all those women to rub them. They will rub them, thinking the problem can be solved. No, it's never solved. It can be solved temporarily, yes, but there is a bigger damage. Sometimes that they themselves now it will even inflict on you, unknowingly to them and unknowingly to you. You know our back, everybody eats mama here. Our system is like that of the mama because it's a higher mama and it's segmented. Sometimes when you go to rub, when they now put their leg, so maybe bring you back or sight you, you feel relief. But my sister, that is not relief. That structure is being altered with that their force. So, in order to cut the story short, you can only rub. Don't allow anybody to sight that their harsh sight. It's not good at all. Because those things and sighting the net too is not the best. Because The joints are in segments. That is one. Then, talking about my sister that just left, he made mention, the uncle made mention of hereditary diseases. Let me still go into that a little. We say, this glaucoma is hereditary. This is this, this is this. Yes, we can have maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 persons that may have such things. But I am putting from my own little research I've made, I discovered that those hereditary diseases, they are being carried out, or rather they have been inherited right from the womb, where the mother carry your food. Because that time that you are there, you feed from the field of your mother. Everything about her is what you feel. If that woman that is carrying you has any infection, automatically it's being what? Transferred. That is where you have hereditary. So, what I want to tell you now, if you have any hereditary disease in your home, in your family, your trees, go and deal with infection. By the time you deal with infection, that hereditary disease will disappear along the line. There is no smoke without fire. Infection is the number one problem. Microorganisms are number one problem of whatever thing we are suffering. So,
next time, Madam should be one of the facilitators.
So I think there's no more time as such. But right now, I'm happy I'm here. Prof, maybe. So, but no, let me end. Prof, I have, just like as you said, I'm putting in a lot of effort. I treat so many ailments. For the packaging and those ones, I think I will have your learning. Yes.
Thank you very much for that. That was wonderful again.
Thank you so much. My name is David. I'm a pastor and a lawyer. I want to ask you a question. Prof, in your presentation, you made a remark which I want you to probably clarify. And you said you did not believe in typhoid. I don't know whether I was got it right. Is there anything you want us to know about that?
Okay, simple word. I want to ask a question, a general question. About 10-15 years ago, when you go to test for malaria, were you hearing typhoid and malaria? No. Let's be honest. No. Were you hearing typhoid and malaria? No. But today, go for any test, they will tell you typhoid and malaria. And I took my time to follow the trend. I was in a gathering where somebody made a very strong statement about the pharmaceuticals from the US. You understand? And one of the drugs, this outside the cities, one of the issues was that they are forcing Africans to take some drugs. Do you understand? And they are making killers out of it. Still going back to that topic on typhoid. You started by saying you don't. Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you once again. You started by saying you don't believe in typhoid from where then the it is question from. So, for the benefit of those of us in this gathering, are you saying there is no disease in typhoid? That it is not, sorry, or that it is not as widespread as we think it is, and that the drugs of choice in treating this ailment is not what we are getting.
I know, for instance, now that when I have a little fever, I just go for tea, and I make tea out of it and it works for me. So,
if you have hydrographics, just make a little bit of tea for hydrographics.
Which one is that one?
It's a plant. Hydrographic. It's a tea bitter.
I don't mind if you do that. Okay, so the summary is that there's an ailment known as typhoid.
There is.
It's not as widespread as we think it is, and there are better drugs of choice or treatment for it other than the ones we get from the pharmacies. Okay, so that's what I want to do. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, ma'am. So, there is a typhoid. Typhoid is a strong disease, very strong one. Not the mouth. Yes, water is actually one of the basic things, the kind of water we drink and all that. But if it's now like if there is everything is type of malaria,
So you need to sit down and this type of. I used to lecture in Econ.
Yeah.
And there was a time once you had malaria and you went for test, they would say it's typhoid. And I knew many people then they were using this chlorophenic, I don't know one drug they were using, that became deaf. Chloroquine. Whatever it is. And I was diagnosed of having typhoid. See, today I refused to treat it, and nothing happened. Nothing happened, I didn't take any time. I just took the report, went home without taking anything, and I recovered.
So you saw what I was trying to. I was giving you a story. I didn't finish it. So about that my so 1 week later, she came down with the same malaria, and she took injection. 3 days, then took all the treatment. You know, 1 week later, after she finished her drugs, she came down again. Now called me. This malaria, I said, don't come back. So that malaria and typhoid again. And I said, well, anyway you want to, but I'm not going to give you money to go and start taking injection. Do you know how much in Abuja someone 30,000 to treat malaria and typhoid? And I said, I'll send you 3,000 naira. Go to the pharmacy, buy a donut. So she took the donut. 3 days later, they said she's better. I said, that's how it's supposed to be. You are aware that? He said, yes. Let's get knowledge. I think it's your turn. Yeah. I want to say this. I appreciate all of you, those of us that came yesterday, and those of us that came today. It's my time. My time is up, and I have to move now because I have to get to my destination. I really want to appreciate you. I pray that God will give us good health. God will sustain us. Take us to our various homes safely. We shall have testimonies knowing that we are going to be living in good health to the glory of God. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, God. We really appreciate you.
Incidentally, our ancestors, which we are forgetting now that we go back to our ancestral diet, they were all herbalists. In fact, your mom, your wife is a herbalist because she knows the vegetables she will cook that will, you don't know that those vegetables are supplying nutrients, supplying chemicals, supplying things that heal us. My passion for this health came from my recovery. And that has given me the audacity for years to preach it. In fact, I'm not someone who loves traveling, whether air or whether land. I hate it. But Tony, Dr. Kokene we were youth in Church of God Mission in the 70s. So, and we attended the same school. So, for 2 years, I didn't listen to him to come to Warri. I went to the one meeting in Abuja. But I came here because let me add my own voice to what my brother, the prophet, said. You are looking for good health, please don't start from the pharmacy, don't start from the hospital, start from your kitchen. And permit me to say this, good health is not luck. Because by the time I was from 40, 50, I was dying. That's what inspired me to write that book, Eating to Live and Not to Die, because I was eating and I was killing myself. I was killing myself with processed food. I worked in an industry that you can even carry food to the office in the morning. Or my wife will cook, I'll carry food to the office, I will never eat it. I'll bring it back home. I'd rather go to the eatery, chatter, meat pie, whatever, donut, grab Coca-Cola, my stomach will be full. I never knew I was killing myself. Until I started having symptoms of typhoid, every symptom, in fact, malaria was my normal visiting. Then I began to lose my sight. I'm using glasses now, mostly to protect my eyes. In my 30s and my 40s, I was losing my sight. I couldn't read street signs with glasses, even with glasses. I couldn't read car numbers. If I'm in a vehicle, I couldn't see. I mean with glasses. But now, at 70 plus, I can remove my glasses and read everything. I can see your faces. Those days, I would see somebody, the nose will be 4. You know, if you have eyesight problem and you're looking at somebody's nose, it's like 4. The eyes can be 7, some will be on forehead. It's eyesight problem. So because of this, I have this passion for what I'm doing. You must deliberately take action to build your health. For me, every disease can be reversed with natural food. It takes time. Nature works slowly, but it works surely. Nature is very slow. Before I could reverse a chronic back pain, Tony's own was spinal cord injury. Torn. Over 5 years, it closed up because we guided him on what to be taken, what to be eaten. He stopped. Part of them is in that book. And part of them is in another book that is only on internet. Natural Food Miracle. So if you are here and you have any challenge, don't worry. Natural food will bring you back. And natural food includes water. And like you see, the water are advertised before they don't even know me. But there was a time the sales manager had to bring many parts. He brought part of that water for me because I used it to help one woman. I never met a woman before. The woman began to drink that water. That water is nice. I'm told that the food that I've got treated is Placenta water. Placenta water, but that water is healing water. No matter what you have, if you drink it for 3 months to 6 months to 1 year, even diabetes will recede, will go back. The pH of that water is 7.8. So I've studied these things, used it myself, and I can testify. So I hope we will dig this one out because it's an advert. It's an advert for them. But I do it because of people's health. Sometimes people come to me and say, tell us that water. But I know that, God, please don't remove that side. They should come and pay you to pay me. And Placenta became popular. But it is healing water. I used it. It can cure your headache. But one of the problems people have is that they don't drink water. Prof has taught us yesterday. Water is life. Yes. And let me say this. You see, I personally was a victim of eating unnatural food, and I was telling one of my sisters, I said, even my family members struggle with this thing because they were used to eating processed food. By the time mommy has cooked in the evening, come and eat some food. Food with what? All the junks they bring from the office, including spiced chicken. You know, these children will eat, they love biscuits, they love cake, they love what? Nowadays, you see, Prof hinted us here. They now put drugs into children's sweets. And these are the things that cause fibroid, endometriosis, hormonal imbalance. I told you yesterday of a girl I tested, 17 years old. The doctor looked at her and said, to preserve your life, go and cut one of your breasts. 17 years old. So this enlightenment is to help you plan your life well. Yesterday I told you about the babies, how babies take their feeding seriously. Babies take their feeding seriously, fiercely. They will find their mother, they will hold your breast. If you remove it, they will shout, you put it back. I've known of some ladies that they start, in fact, they were urinating on themselves. They dropped that baby by force and rushed. And they said, this baby has made me to urinate on my body. So take your feeding seriously. Now, think of healthy food as your body's ultimate toolkit. That's why let me just give you this part before I plan to leave. Think of your healthy food as your body's ultimate toolkit, in which the following tools are kept. It is your food, you have minerals, you have vitamins, you have antioxidants, you have fiber. But let us start from trace elements. Trace elements. These are like tiny magic keys. You only need a microscopic amount of them, but without them, important systems in your body would unlock. For instance, if you don't have this, zinc, for instance, zinc is a trace element. If you don't have zinc in your body, a woman will find it difficult to conceive. Zinc. And when you find this zinc, you find it in something like walnut. You see, these are our local food that I told us yesterday. I advised him that, look, in our ancestral foods diet is localized. The food we have in Asaba, the foods we have that are prominent. That's why God spread Agbalumo Udara to every nation, because it is very important. Every season, please, go down and eat them aggressively. You know they don't last. If it is if it is 3 months, eat it aggressively, eat it every day. In fact, overeat it, because you cannot overdose it. There is something it does in your body till another 1 year. Think it like that. Did you hear what Prof told us yesterday? A particular ingredient in, that's dogoyaro seed. A woman takes it to prevent conception for 1 year. Took some quantity. That's natural. Please, let's go back to nature. Then study nature. Nature has everything for us. Now, trace elements help your body to function properly. Now, I treat men that have libido problem because they have been taking BP medication. Some of them have been taking medication to maintain their libido. They take for prostate care. I know someone that was taking prostate defense because the father died of cancer, of prostate cancer. And I told the person, I want to see the label, I want to see the packaging of that. I read it, studied the ingredients, and discovered that they were causing the side effect is impotence. And the wife is worried. The wife is disturbing me. See, these things are both social and economic and moral. So consider your food as a toolkit that contains trace elements and vitamins. Vitamins are like helpers that keep your bones strong, your eyes sharp, and give you the energy to run around. There is something you may be lacking. If I didn't bring my machine, Lagos is far from here, and see at the airport it will disturb you. I didn't bring my laptop to even show my slide. Maybe next time I will learn to bring, maybe I buy a pad, that one could be better, so that I can be showing my slide that I make. Vitamins keep your bones, your eyes sharp, and give you the energy to run around. I eat raw tomato. Sorry. Yes, I eat raw tomato. What? I want to say I eat raw onions. Even after cooking my beans with plenty onions, I cut raw ones and eat it. Carrot, cucumber, coconut, ginger, I blend them together. Now, these minerals empower your system. They have targeted places they go to work. Please take time to learn it. Take time to study it. Our problem is that I've met people, they are lazy. Say, excuse me, sir, these things are too much now. But when I'm sick, I go to the hospital. Hospital won't help you. You heard from Prof. This is private discussion. But we are even better in Nigeria. In America, they could kill them. They could poison you, or they don't know. They send their agents after you until you are gone. Why do you want to help people? Why do you want to spend time? You want to go and educate people? I've helped a lot of people. I've helped people to reverse their BP, their diabetes, input. I have helped some people. Not many. So that's why when I was coming, I told you that today I'm going to talk about the business of what we are doing. I'm into habits, but I started with diet. This business is, I was talking to the doctor who has got to contact us. She said, we complement each other. Yes, we complement. But for me, I see pharmaceutical drugs as first aids. I see it as emergency intervention, which should not go beyond. He just told us now that if you want to kill yourself, take how many paracetamol? 8. But there was a young man, a pastor told me this story. He started with 2 Panadol. And after some time, it didn't work. Do you know why they didn't work? Because the body says, that one is enough. Stop. There are other ways you can get better. Even water alone, water can heal you. If I have any problem now, having headache, I check myself as okay, you didn't sleep well. You've not taken water. You have not exercised. Food, water, sleep is foundational. So that, you see, that discipline yourself when to sleep. Discipline yourself when to drink water. Discipline yourself when to eat your meal. For someone that I was arguing yesterday about 3 meals, 3 times, who told you that? They even call it 3 square meal. And 3 can never be square. It's triangle. They say 3 and 9. So nobody tells you to take 3 times meal. In fact, if you have to take meal, take it 5 times. At our age now, take very small. Yes. If I'm like, when I went to for breakfast, I just took some beans, took that tomato sauce, just little. I don't need more than that. And I can eat my last meal again by 5. My body is used to it. So you can even train your body to be drinking only water, then you eat once around 4. And not big quantity. For when you are getting older, from 40, reduce your quantity of food. Otherwise, you can poison yourself. Then let me add this. Please don't eat beyond 6 o'clock. The organs of your body want to rest. Now, if you have bloating, your problem may be that you eat late at night. Or the genesis of that problem is that you eat at night. If you stop eating by 5, I eat 5:34. By 6, I start quarreling with my wife. Why have you not prepared our meal? By 7, I'm very furious. If I eat at all, but I will check myself, I will not die. I have told myself that because I'm hungry, that doesn't mean I will not sleep. So people say, if I don't eat, I can't sleep. It is in your mind. It's your mind. So if I don't eat, I will sleep. I'll sleep, and I'll sleep well. But for us, I can't drink water at night. But if you are very, you are hungry from time to time during the day, deceive your stomach with drinking plenty water. In fact, if you want to help yourself, drink water 30 minutes before you eat. Drink plenty water 30 minutes. So when you eat little quantity, then allow another 30 minutes before you eat. Those of us that are used to eating and drinking water, please stop it. If you are eating, say, you eat one spoon, drink one water, please stop it. Those are the little to protect yourself. It can cause you indigestion, it can cause you bloating, it can cause heartburn. In fact, it can cause gastritis later, gas in the stomach. It can result in any other thing. So protect yourself like that. Now, there is food substance called fiber. Fiber, I mentioned yesterday, it's like a sweeper. See the liver. We were talking about typhoid just now, but I'll tell you a little about typhoid. See the liver is part of the digestive system. The liver is your shield. It processes some things, but it is a detoxifier of the body. There are things to eat right now. The liver will remove all the poisons first, then allow the food to pass through the bloodstream. So, the prof hinted on liver detox. Cucumber can be a liver detox. Bitter leaf juice, same thing here, 2 of them. Just take 1 cup. Liver detox, empower your liver. When we say, I don't believe in typhoid, I mean to don't believe in typhoid, I don't believe in malaria. Malaria was my very frequent sickness in my 30s, in my 40s. Now, there are 2, the blood has the liquid, blood, plasma, water. When that water is dirty or poison, you will have malaria. But do you know that if you have malaria fever just now, and you pluck bitter leaf and wash it and chew it, that malaria will stop? Bitter leaf. Or you get a feeling, you can squeeze it, drink the water. That malaria, that typhoid cannot go more than that. So be careful when you have one small thing, you rush to the hospital. That's why I said, provide all these things in your kitchen. I have all of them in my own slides. See the other one, I don't fruits. You crush it, put down, all these things. Now these are medicinal things. For me, yesterday I said when I get back, I'm going to discuss with people that can help me. I want to acquire land and have what I call urban garden. But I was warned when I went away to that I shouldn't plant plantain because of mosquitoes. Because I would like to live in that place. Don't build one small house. I don't need a mansion. I don't need a mansion. Just and help people. I've gotten to the stage now that I want to learn how to make all this herbal preparation for people I treat. I won't sell them to anybody. Build your pharmacy inside your kitchen. Build your pharmacy inside your kitchen. Fortify that kitchen. So that anybody that is sick, that doesn't have this knowledge, give solution. But the quickest way that I've told people is say, bring me one colon cleanser. That colon cleanser contains aloe vera, ginger, garlic, and rhizophera. There's one herb like that. So that if you have poison, food poison, and you take 30 mils of this, it will silence it. I gave this with 2 other preparations. Please, it's an advert, don't you cut it off. Do you understand? The girl is I mentioned her yesterday. Her mother is in the UK. She has endometriosis. Painful periods. Terrible. With this and 2 others, I gave her the hormones balanced, and she had her medicine without feeling pain. We also have other medicines that we use to treat fibroid and others. Now, you are here, but you may have people that are interested in this business. I was encouraging Dr. Token. I said, please, go further to ask people to read. You just take, it's only 6,000 naira to register to become a member. Then you can go for training, help people. I call myself a partner of sharing nature's bounty. I'm on LinkedIn. If you go to LinkedIn, just type Godwin Chinaka Okafor. Google will take you to my. In fact, if you can ask Google question, what is the work of Godwin Chinaka Okafor in LinkedIn, they will take you to my page. And they can link you with the books I've written. And maybe testimonials of people that I have helped. I don't think we have it in Asaba. Dr. Kokone is supposed to be the chief, but you know he's very busy. Those of you who are interested, put your name down with Zeno, that please I want to do this business. I can come here and give you the compensation plan, so that you know that you will profit from the business. I have personally profited from the business. I do more of this talk. I train people, I teach people. If I can save a man from having prostate cancer, I'm happy. And it's simple. As we went to eat the other day, as we were coming, he mentioned chanka. We call it stone breaker. Do you know stone breaker? It's small leaves. It's outside, yes, that's side. Okay. Talat, yes. Amarus, yes. I forget it. When I was taught, you need a handful for a man. Pluck a handful of it, wash it, chew it. After chewing it, you use water to raise your mouth. If you can do that morning, afternoon, evening, morning, afternoon, evening, for 13 days, your prostrate enlightenment will give way. Do you understand? Then the pelvic exercise. There are so many. This squatting exercise. Then for those of us that want to age gracefully, make all these exercises like raising one leg, staying for some minutes, or say a few seconds, so that the fear of falling. When I know the impact of the falling, the fear of falling, so I train ladies that, like, that's the battle I have with my wife. You must exercise so that you can balance. Nothing pushes you. I think if you are, I meet people of 60 years old. If you push them, when I go to places, sometimes I have to bring my ID card before they'll be pushing me. I use public transport in Lagos. Small bus, only a few people will good. Only few people. It is custom breaker, yes. Only few people recognize and say, Baba, please come and stay here.
This one is
the original, you have seed.
This one has seed behind.
It has seed underneath it.
That's the only one I know. The other ones are, yes, this is the one.
Okay, that's
the one. Yes, it has. So yes, those ones I don't use it.
This is the
Do you? Yes. Yeah, you can. A handful, pluck a handful of the leaves, your full hand, wash it, eat it like that, and drink water.
13 days. Is it bitter?
13 days.
It's bitter, very
It's bitter. It's bitter. 13 days. Morning, afternoon, evening, morning, afternoon, evening. Then you stop. It's very powerful. From 5 to 13 days. Prostrate enlightenment. It's also used for stomach. Because yes, it was also used for, I'm told it's used for HIV, yes, for even mental health and malaria, typhoid, diabetes.
Oh, for diabetes.
Yes, it drops the sugar. It drops the sugar. Yes, but if you are taking medication, please don't stop your medication. Yes. No, you can put it in the water. If you put it in water, you can boil it for tea. Yes, newborn baby. Okay, yes. Yes.
Sorry, we're not continuing. Somebody who is said, they say somebody who go fall because you are asleep. The woman I know, 68 years, our friend wife, 68, with the fatness, she still fall, always falling, as if with that bigness.
No, she doesn't have balance.
The balance, not even the weight of the body.
She has to be doing exercise.
Yes.
This place has to be strong. This place.
Not up to 70.
Try it.
Yes.
For every woman from 50, the danger comes. When you hear people fall in the bathroom, all these things is because the brain is not. Yes. You know you can put a stick and say walk through it. Some people will not walk. Me, I don't fit. It is the problem of brain.
No help you can take for that.
No help. No. If you are eating all this natural food, and as I say, food, water, sleep, and exercise. Exercise can never be the exercise. You see, okay, to show you that we are built to be moving. You see, children, they are very active. But immediately we become adults, I don't know what makes our brain to become dull. Not wahala. We see, children are not like us. Our own, when we are 40 plus, be intentional with everything you start. You can build good habits. I built it. Then let me give you some tips of survival tips. How many of you bathe cold water? You have been told not to bathe warm. You have been told to bathe yes. You see, when you are getting older, please don't enter the room and start using shower. If you must bathe cold water, please start from your feet. The left feet first. Learn this tip. Let me not go into much of, because Prof has covered everything. But let me give this a tip. Start bathing from your left. with cold water. Let the temperature begin to go before you reach your heart. If you pour water on your head, you can short circuit your blood flow, and the person can fall. And then they say something sleep. Nothing sleep the person. It's the way you pour cold water. But the best is use warm water to take your bath. Yes. Yes. Like now we have soap. We have a soap that brings your BP naturally down. When you know, during sleep is when BP is dangerous. Somebody can die in sleep. You understand me? And many people have died like that. So this type of health seminar, I would love to be coming every year. Let it be larger. The advertisement, people don't read all those things that Tony put up there. People don't read it. If you say I've covered everywhere, even the radio one, people listen and forget. There are many forces that are attacking us. You know? Yes. You will read it. Say I will read it. Now lie. Let me give you my own story. I was in leadership of PFN in Surulere. I was deputy secretary general in our province. Then a pastor came to invite us like this now, that every pastor come with your wife. The executive now, before the churches. Now only me and my wife go. When I asked some of my pastors later, but why people want to say to go and learn about food and the desert, say something will keep person. Within 6 months, he had a stroke that almost took his life. But I don't think he's up to 70 years old. Just imagine. Just imagine. So, if you are interested, put your name. Bring this thing to your locality. I invited, my sister is here. I know she was excited to come. But there's somebody else I invited. The person didn't come. Let's help our people. Let's help our people. Because have I given the current person back? If this one can take care of your constipation. If you eat what you are not supposed to eat in a party, no party you go and eat meat that cannot digest, just take two tablespoons. It will flush it out. If you have your blood circulation is not okay, this can help with another particular one. So help people. We can be sending you the medicine. We can be sending it to you, tell the modalities. So that's the business part of it. Please take care of yourself. Now let me talk about this one about children. Because this is the one I like, people who have grown up, who have children that graduates, that are now. But if you are a younger person, as you are growing your children, please grow yourself. There is something I have seen, that a man accumulates so much wealth, so much money, and train the children to become this thing. And the children are happy. My father is a billionaire. He doesn't take care of himself. That sickness can clear all the money in the bank. And the children will use their own savings again to try to save the man. It's not everybody, but some children have become poorer even though their father was rich. So men, women, take care of your health so that your children can inherit the money and use it in peace. Years ago, there was a man In fact, they carried him to India, carried him to Jamaica. By the time they came back, they had finished their money. So the son was waiting for the time the man would die. Then he met one of my friends, and they gave him one natural. In fact, they were wondering. It was a prostate problem. Prostate issue can carry a man to London, to England, to France, to India, and they will not have solution. So take care of yourself now. You can care for yourself. And if you don't have any symptom, please don't go to bed and sleep and say, I don't have any problem. Because it can be enlarging. Then 1 week is enough to take a man's life. Prostate. Please go for your PSA test. Test your PSA. Monitor your PSA. Don't wait till you have symptoms, because when you have symptoms, it's too late. Forget about early detection. Before you detect anything with clinical testing, it is too late. So it is better to use diet to prevent it from escalating. Every man from 40 will have a life prostate. Sisters, take care of your husband. You know how I tell women to monitor their husband? Some men don't tell their wives. If your husband spends 2 minutes in the bathroom to urinate, when it begins to be 10 minutes, just remember what I'm telling you now, that he has problem. Honey, what's wrong? He said nothing. I go piss. But the piss takes more than 5 minutes, then he has problem. He may not tell you. Tell him you know. Describe the thing to him. He will open up and start telling you. He will open up and begin to tell you. Do you understand me? So monitor yourselves. This is part of what I share. Okay, let me see if I'm through. You remember what I said about a man called Hypocrite. Hypocrite is the father of Western medicine. Is the father of modern medicine that we practice. There is Hippocratic oath which every doctor takes all over the world. This man lived before Christ. He said, "Let food be your medicine, and let your medicine be your food." So food is the best medicine. I will end on that note. Food is the best medicine. Please study to know the food that contains life. In my book, I call it killing and healing food. Healing and killing food. Healing food are natural foods. And last time I was addressing a call of what they call these pastors that are chaplains. I was addressing them. They invited me to come and talk on their food safety day. Food safety is all over. Even military people observe it. I told them that, look, the safest food is the one you plant, is the one you harvest, is the one you cook. Immediately I go to any hotel or wherever, you know somebody has cooked it. Like when I went to for breakfast, I took peas and tomato sauce. That's the best. That quantity I ate with one egg, I know that this one good. But if it is 5-star or 10-star, whatever you call the hotel, and you carry their soup, you don't know what they have used. For instance, because this one is local, I can see, and they may not have added additional spices that has additional sugar and chemical. But somehow, because I can see tomato, see this one, at least they didn't import this one. I said at least they didn't import this one. This one is from our own farm. I bet it with confidence. And the egg, I'm sure that egg is found and laid it. It's not chemical. No, do you know that there are eggs that are chemical?
Yes.
The fowl lay it, but it is chemical that is inside.
Yes.
So the safest food, listen to what Prof said, go and begin to make garden around you. Oh, if I have opportunity, if I have the freedom, if I have the privilege, I will come back to, I will find where I will go to live. Except that today, this security has made everywhere unsafe. I will go to one hinterland and build a hut and fence it round with backhoe, whatever, and begin to plant my own food, harvest it and eat it. Incidentally, I read years ago that Nnamdi Azikiwe used to go to what they call nature garden for treatment. Nature garden. In that garden, you have flowing stream that they drink, which is alkaline water. They go out, pluck fruits, eat, walk around. After like 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, he returns fresh. They do inject them. So prepare your own nature garden. This one just kept living them. You see, if you live in a compound that is muddy, that is marshy, you are lucky. From time to time, please remove your shoe, remove your slippers, everything. Just go to that, put your leg inside water. Have you not heard of mud baths? Mud baths. We use mud to bath themselves. What do you think they're doing? That mud sucks away poison from your body. It's alkaline. It sucks things away. So you can, if you see when rain is falling, go make rain beat you. I know it'll be cold, but you get used to it. That rain is alkaline. It will neutralize some poisons. You see, you heard the doctor here that said that, okay, no, the mama that just left. Our bodies have poisons. Your dress can, like now, if I get back, I'm not seeing any water, but this my singlet will dirty, will sweat. What is happening? Something comes from inside. Treat yourself naturally so that you can have a better life. You can see my hair. Can you see my hair? Okay. I cut it every month. It's not supposed to be like that. Some people are 50, they can't see hair. That is what nature. I'm using this example not as boast, but encourage you. You'll be surprised that if you start eating all the fruits in season, start using avocado, start eating, your hair will change. Dr. Akokere was telling us here that the white hair, the patches they had, disappeared. It's not telling you stories that people don't have not experienced. I have also experienced that one. So let us help our children. Cook for our children. Okay, thank God this is not Lagos. Lagos, you give your children money to buy snacks. You know, children won't buy the food, they will buy snacks. They won't buy food. If you say, buy this, go to mama this, buy rice, buy beans, children won't buy it, they will go and buy biscuits and cookies and sweets and bring their plate on. Of course, the parents have to supervise them. So we are blessed here. So question time, happy? Just a minute, let me see. Some of yes. Now I said food has a programming effect in the body. Food can program your child to fertility or infertility. I told you of a 18-year-old young man that already has low sperm count. The machine I have can predict, it doesn't diagnose. It can predict that if this child continues with this diet, by the time he's married, he will struggle with conception. most of our people that are struggling with conception right now is because they program the body with processed food, processed drink, and that programs them for particular issue. Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. Like I told you, there are food that I eat. When I get back, I use this one and another one. For 5 days, I'm drinking it regularly to flush it, to detoxify myself. But they go into the blood and prepare it. Cancer, for instance, we're talking about cancer. It is the distortion, metabolic disruption that causes it. So let's stay safe. Stay safe. I want to come back and see you stronger and then bring people. So you need the business place that with zero and right. You have flaring. You have flaring. It's already contaminated before getting down. So I won't encourage it. If you enter, see flaring, there are pollutions in the air. So when the water is coming down, it may not be as pure as it is, but you're in a place where you have trees will help you go. Yeah, then you may destroy the natural nutrients. But please, I would advise off record if you can get lacena water. That's what I've used. Or if you can.
I don't know much, but I know that most times things like vitamin and some stuff, it said it brings down the sugar level.
Yes.
So I was wondering
Those shouldn't take it.
the cleanser shouldn't take it. So what
Take
can
it in
we
substitution for other things, for other purposes. Or you can. Or let me tell you. Now, why do you have no sugar? Or somebody has no sugar? Why? Do you know why? You skip your meal, you skip meals, or you fast too much. Do you skip meals? Do you eat breakfast? I'm sure you drink Coke to boost your sugar level. That's the wrong method. Now, the typical advice I give is that take breakfast. Take breakfast. Yes, no matter how little. Don't skip meals. Over time, your sugar will balance. But because of your age, also watch the way your body handles carbohydrates. It's possible there is something wrong. If I bring my machine here, maybe next time I will see no more protein. Take breakfast. See, remember, your body has sugar in your body. When you don't take breakfast, your body starts eating the other sugar, which is not sufficient. You have not built that sugar level. Build it with breakfast and other things. Mind what you eat. You understand me? So the artificial sugar you'll be taking will crash at a particular time and you go back to square zero. Take breakfast for some time and see the effect.
So let me say on that sugar something. Let me on low sugar, on the low sugar something.
That's the low sugar
I'm
thing.
going to say something on that.
Okay.
Like there was a time I was exhausted someone, and I went to it. They said my sugar was low. I'm a low sugar. So, and the first they gave me is to take a Pepsi Coke to boost it. And I did it. It came up. I became strong immediately. I'm just coming. And each time you have that kind of weakness, you take sugar to boost it. But you're talking about it. I'm just hearing from you now that it's because we skip diet and fasting. And you didn't even explain that to me. I'm just saying that you are throwing more light to what we are not even taught in the hospital.
They can't teach you.
They didn't say this in the hospital.
Make money.
No, not money. They didn't say this. They have told us what happened because I expect they say boost it. They say once your sugar is low, boost it. That's what the mindset of a hospital will just give you. That boost your sugar, it will come up. Just for a time.
In that time,
yes.
It may crash, but then what do you do? You go back to the coke. What of the poisons they take in the coke? The free radicals that is also working against you.
So that's what I wanted. That's how I'll see the way you're putting light.
Yes.
That's perfect.
That's why nature will help.
As a diabetic, we are told that we should always have sugar, either a cube of sugar
in your pocket,
in our pocket, or we have the coke around us. That whenever our sugar is low,
you just put it.
We just either take a cube of sugar or we take the coke. But that's by the way, sir. My major decision, there was something I discussed with you yesterday, and I want you to please tell me that you were not joking. What? That as a diabetic, I can boil pineapple, a pack of pineapple, and take it for another 3 weeks, and that's my blood sugar will normalize. Because we've been advised to avoid. I can't remember when I took pineapple last. We should avoid it as a diabetic and all that. But you are telling me that I should take it and I'll be okay.
I quoted my nutritional lecturer, and people tried it and it worked. People tried it worked. I mean pineapple. Research. What? Just make sure I get your number. I'll be sharing information with you. Because that's what we share information.
Celine, thank you very much for the lecture so far. What I want to ask, does it mean that this sugar aspect of the thing, that occasionally, if it's like maybe twice in a month, somebody can still take it like all this mineral, not always, even as we are eating our real natural food, so that the blood sugar can normalize. I think. Then another one to ask again is about this sleep of a thing. What is the best hours, the appropriate hours that is necessary for we adult to sleep? How many hours? Added to the
natural food has all the minerals to maintain the body. But not all natural foods are born equal. Some have high carbohydrates. Okay, the balance is do everything in moderation. Do everything in moderation. At our age from 40, reduce the quantity you eat. You may not be taking white rice, except you take little quantity with plenty vegetables, including carrots, including raw onion, including cucumber. Do you understand that? Low sugar is bad, high sugar is bad. Get the balance. Get the balance. Nowadays, knowledge has been democratized. Knowledge is available. If I get back with your questions, I can show you what and what to do to strengthen your bones. Your bones are brittle. Your bone minerals are wasted. You don't have bone minerals. Looking at you, you don't have stability. It's not just the pain. Yes, but if any little thing happens, you hit your leg, you break it, you get fractured because your bone mineral is not there. There is something you are doing you are not supposed to do. Do you understand me? So we can put you on this and let us see how it is. I can say, okay, start taking dates. You know date? You know date? Date dry fruit. Start taking it. Start taking tiger nut. You know tiger nut? Start taking it. Take quantity. You can blend it. You can blend and extract the juice or the milk. Take it naturally and get your bones strong, and then exercise.
Because of my sugar, I don't touch dates.
Sugar, who told you that sugar date causes high sugar?
Sorry,
No. It's not true.
This is sweet.
Date is sweet, but does it mean what is sweet is look, the other ingredient in date will strengthen your bones.
Yeah, correct.
If you run from pineapple, and I say don't run from it, I'll give you research, I'll show you. If you like, eat it like that, or just boil it a bit and drink it like as tea. But I would advise you to take honey. But date, I can stake my life with it. Take it. Take pineapple, cook the back, drink it. Give yourself 14, be testing your sugar. If it goes up within 1 hour, you won't have symptoms. But the next day and the other day, it will be coming down and you'll be shocked. I want you to be shocked by taking that. Then you know that not everything in the internet or what doctor tells you is accurate. Honey. Honey can have bacteria. And honey too is a high index. If you don't have problem of sugar, take honey. If you have problem of sugar, don't. Until you are sure. Let your pancreas be able to monitor, to release insulin naturally. I have somebody I'm treating now of diabetes. And they have been on the drug for more than 10 years. So little by little, it's not by. You can't take color cleanser and the thing will crack because it's natural ingredient we use to make it. If you have any other natural product, please read whether the ingredient is what you know. If they say no, we are trying to protect our trade to some extent, but they should at least give you 3 ingredients. If it doesn't have it and say all natural, don't take it. So I should rest. And madam, you want to ask another question?
Is there any way that how parents can help with some control and like when I have
Hypotension. Okay, yes. Just collect you got the book, you see my address, you see my contact. Contact me when I get back. Yes, yes, even cholesterol will bring it down. But cholesterol can be done naturally with ginger. Ginger blended together with garlic and onion. If you are even on onions, every onion and garlic, bring it down. It won't drop like when you go medicine now. So don't be looking at I have taken this thing for 2 days and don't come down. Take your normal medicine. Take this one 2 hours after. Go for 30 days, 90 days to drop. No, it's not taken off. You say hypotension, I think. Okay. Cholesterol, okay. For cholesterol, what I told you now, it's there. It was in the slide now. It was on prop slide how to bring down your cholesterol.
Today or
yesterday? Were you not here? Okay, you came late. But those natural spices will bring it down.
Hello, madam.
What is sleep? Okay, sleep. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. If you can sleep deeply, 7 hours is okay. 7 to 9 hours. No, yes. 6 to 9 hours. 7 to 9 hours. It's okay. Yeah.
When I sleep, I enjoy waking up. I consider that very excellent experience.
No problem. But to recover the sleep before 8 o'clock, you can compensate for it, you can interrupt. I'm telling you what, sometimes I don't sleep up to 5 hours. But don't let it big, don't let it prolonged. It shouldn't be every day. Don't make it every day. When it is affecting your health, if it's affecting your health, then don't do it. I sleep 9, when I wake up by 5, how many hours? It's not great hours.
Sleep 9.
That's 3. You wake up and you cannot sleep. Why? That's insomnia. It's insomnia. It's insomnia. That thing is insomnia. Use banana. Eat banana. Eat banana. I will don't take my number. Let us have WhatsApp discussion. And Tony can if you can establish a business so that we can talk. It's insomnia. You need our soup. You need our syrup. Honey base. See, there is this hormone in your body that is like liquid. By 11, it don't dry. So to boost it, you need to naturally help yourself. One of the natural.
Let's talk. I will take a group picture together, madam. Yes. Let's take a group picture together. He has a flight to catch now, so we have to stop now. Okay. But you'll miss his flight. Okay. So let's take a group picture.
Meet you again next day.
How do you put our hands together for the very, very brilliant icing of the cake? So we have the group photograph. Can we invite you for the group photograph? Okay, what's the name, sir?
Please, let's have the group photograph.
Advertise this program next year. Next year, talk to 1, talk to 2, talk to 3 people, so that we can have this place. You know, it's free. You know? So, I hope to see all of us healthy and strong by this time next year. And from what Paul taught us, let's be multitasking. Let's learn to think outside the box so that we can be important and important in Jesus' name. God bless you. I'd like to thank Dr. Tony Akonene for bringing all of this as part of his corporate social responsibility, giving back to the society. Now, we think that this is he's living his name in the sands of time. I'm telling you, some of us attend this summit with 50,000, 100,000, 2 days, and he said free of charge. Okay? And next year is going to be bigger than this. The campaign starts now. So that when you begin to hear it on radio, you begin to see it on the social media, you keep a date. And God will, by His grace, next year will be greater than this year. Amen. Thank you so much. God bless every one of you.